And we are live. You can catch us on YouTube, Twitch, Rumble, Kick, and Facebook. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll be right back with you, Howlers. Howls over Baaz. I'm Jacob Casas.
Miss Melanie.
It's Millie.
What's up with you giggling girls?
Sorry,
right
I got Sorry.
We got
That's how we're starting off already, guys.
we got a full house tonight for the 8:15 show. We got Wolf back in the building. What's up, Wolf? What's going on? And we got He brought Little Wolf with him.
Big Wolf and
He brought
Little Wolf.
Little Wolf with him. What's going on, Little Wolf?
Woof woof.
What's your name?
Oh,
Little Wolf.
He said Little Wolf.
That's what he's going with. He's sticking to it.
What's going on? So you brought your. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your friends that you brought with you today?
All right.
T-Pain.
To my left over here in the burgundy is my little brother. I call him little brother because he hates that he's only 1 month younger than me. My little brother, met him when I was 16. We've been brothers ever since. He wants to fight me, but we'll see.
We'll make it happen one of these days.
Competitive since we're 16. Just closed down his restaurant in Texas about this time last year. Moved his family out to California. We worked together, and father of 5 because he has a dog, and then that's it. Husband, father, son, brother, and then T Pizzle over here. T Moo T Pizzle.
Yeah.
T-Moo,
Oh my God.
I would say Walmart. I give you Walmart.
Oh no.
It's my at least Walmart, right? It's my man Manny Fresh over here. Manny, he has a long story in his thing. So, tidbits, crazy young, Corona, Eastville, Norco, crazy kid out there, doing what young black kids do, getting in trouble. Found himself facing life in prison. Good old governor changed some stuff, let him out after 16 years, got out.
Wow.
Started making 6 figures, bought a house, became a father. Now he helps troubled youth and pretty much consults and helps people fix their company. Richard Branson actually might fly him out to an island and have him work for him soon. So we're trying to see what's going on to that. Very well-spoken dude. And we're all fathers, we're all brothers, and we're all trying to figure it out day by day.
Yes, sir. That's what we all do.
Yeah.
He said, "Little brother, you're big, sir."
Yeah, I sure am.
Big
I'm
little
the big
brother.
little
You're
brother.
big.
A big little
Don't let him
brother.
do you like that. What the
You see
hell?
how,
That's
I
all
have
right.
that deep-ass voice? He knows I hate it because I want his voice. So, we all do.
It is what it is.
So you cook?
I sure cook. I cook. I cut hair. I do a little bit of everything.
Yeah. He's never
So-
had, 9 to 5 is not his thing. You're 15 years old, walking around the rich neighborhoods, telling him he does landscaping. He didn't do landscaping, but he figured he can. And so they'll hire him. And then if that didn't
Awesome.
work, he always do some type of entrepreneurship job. He can't stand working for people. It's just not his thing. So part of him, sometimes he'll fail before he goes and get a day job. And, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But, he's an entrepreneur through and through.
Are you Asian?
I'm not, but I get it a lot. I get
Yeah, you
Samoan.
kind of
I
look
get Asian. My son gets that a lot too. Actually, he goes to school and everybody asks him if he's Chinese. So that's what he calls himself. So he's like, I'm the Chinese boy.
Mexican, Asian, same.
That's about the same thing.
Yeah.
But
Both hardworking,
Yeah.
both in sweatshops.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm dead.
Start a sweatshop if y'all are interested. Let me know.
They're not deporting the Asians, though.
They not, though, for real.
Asians claim
Not yet.
white.
Yeah, they
Asians be claiming white. They said, "I white girl." I'm like,
I do too.
Asians are racist.
I do too. I get that paper. I check off white.
Yeah. Me too. Census.
That's fucking hilarious.
So we'll start with you now, since you've been on the show before, obviously. So
100%.
welcome back. But we always keep getting new audience here and there. So just give a
100%.
quick rundown of who you are and what you do.
Michael Wolf, real name Michael Flint. Changed that name to Michael Wolf. Rags to riches type of kid. Rags to better rags, not really riches. Grew up in San Isidro, San Diego, by the border. All Mexicans. Grew up on every part of government assistance, WIC, fucking EBT, everything you could think of. Didn't have a car until we were like 36. Always public transportation. Stole my own clothes and shoes since I was 11 years old. Was the last time an adult bought me clothes. To this day, and figured I've been broke. Didn't like it, so let me see what the other side of the fence looked like. So I worked my ass off. But I was a little young fuck kid. I was, grew up ironing my blue rag. Him too. Don't let him fool you. He was super crip when we met.
I see his shirt is extra crispy.
Yeah.
That iron.
Yeah,
Look at the
super
line.
crip over there. So
He's got the line
my
on
whole
it.
my whole family's gang related. This that, and I dabbled, but never. No, it wasn't woo. It was crip over here, cuz.
No, she said whoop.
Whoop.
Like
Oh, okay. I'll say because woo was on the other side.
No,
I thought you were Sue
I
Whoop
said
in
that.
here, but
Ooh.
yeah.
Like 6'7",
Ah,
Yeah.
I never heard ah, ooh before.
Ooh.
But changed everything. 20 years old, kicked out, was homeless. Met mother of my child. Worked 2-3 jobs, saved up, sleeping in my car. I've shit on the side of the road and pissed and did everything. It's real.
Just so that was.
Was it like a diarrhea type of? Or
Luckily, no. Jeez Louise.
just like a full
But
send one.
It's like embarrassing, right? So my car was broken down. So and it's 2 miles off of the Charlie station. So I get off of work at 1 o'clock. I had to walk 2 miles to get to the car to sleep in the car. But then if I ever have to use the bathroom, then I put my car in neutral and roll it because it's on the hill. So roll it down the hill a little bit so my car ain't next to the whoop-de-whoop. But then I ran out of hill after 3 months. I ran out of hill and I finally sold my 97 Thunderbird for $400. I have a picture posted my $400. I thought I was doing something with my $400. Blue Chucks, $400. I used to hang out. My baby mom worked at Wendy's. So I used to hang out at Wendy's all day.
What color was your Thunderbird?
Shit, off white and white.
I had a black one. That's just
Yeah.
funny as hell.
I had white, and then the doors was like a cream color, and then the back was different. But it was my baby. It was my first car.
Shit,
My
I'll never
first car
forget
was a
that.
Thunderbird too.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
that's
Yeah.
crazy. Hey, poor man struggle.
I
Tell me
couldn't
you're
get
poor
my
without telling me you're
Yeah.
poor.
Wasn't the seat?
That was my third. I had
Yeah,
a Ford
yeah,
Tempo in my
seat was
first
kinda
car.
broken.
Ford fucking Tempo, baby
Yeah.
blue. That shit
Oh
was
my
ugly
god, baby
as
blue
fuck.
is awful. Just any baby
Bro,
blue.
you
car
don't
is
even
awful.
know. It was.
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
know Thunderbird.
So for me to wrap it up and get to you guys, I worked at a casino. I've worked at Smashburger, Tilly's, PacSun, Guess, fucking KFC, fucking shit. Everything you can think of.
I'm hungry.
I'm about to say,
Fat
is she
ass.
hungry? What's going
I'm
on?
hungry.
And then I got fired from a couple places, and then I got kicked out of high school, and I was 2 months before graduation, everything, right?
Got fired on his day off.
Yeah, I did. I got fired on my day off from fucking Knoxville City.
From Soak City?
Yeah, I used the N-word on my day off.
Oh.
But I have a big ass last name tattoo. My last name tattoo. So some guy found that I worked there, white dude, obviously, went and complained that one of your employees was saying the N-word way too often. So they fired me, even though I wasn't at work. I'm just
Wow.
going to ride the rides. And Tremaine's fault, by the way.
Oh yeah,
And
I was there.
It's a whole story. So yeah, and then they bring me in on my day, my day off. And like, oh, we're gonna let you go. Turns out that they had a big class action years later, and I got a $400 check for being fired on my day off.
There you
Nice.
go.
Damn, did you
Fuck
take a picture
Knoxville
with those
City.
400?
Nah, I didn't take a
Nah.
picture of that 400.
Their fries there are so good.
Fries?
How the hell
Yeah.
you remember the fries?
I know.
She been talking about
'Cause
food.
I
ever
was-
since
I
know.
Damn.
I thought I was the big guy
Crazy.
here.
So
She
city.
did say she was hungry
I
earlier.
am hungry.
Disclaimer.
Yeah. Well, that's it, man.
I could get smashed. I mean, have a
fries.
smash burger right now.
You wanna get smashed?
Smashburger was okay. I didn't like. I got fired there too. But as soon as the owner liked me. The manager didn't like that the owner liked me. Owner loved me, was promoting me. We built the only one in San Diego at the time. We built the Smashburger. I was part of the building the new store. And he stopped the whole thing, had a meeting. This guy gets it. He's gonna be a manager one day. Blah blah. And I knew from that moment on I was fucked.
See ya.
And as soon as he left, he's like, okay, I'm going back up north. Blah blah blah. The next day, she set me down. I was like, oh, you're fired for insubordination. I was like, how? I was like, we only been here for 4 days. And the other manager was like, he's like, you're a threat. The dude just said you're gonna making a joke. You're gonna take her job one day, and she wasn't going for it. And so I could text him. He's like, I'm the owner, but it's her store. He's like, I can't. He's like, I can't go against my bosses. But it was all right. Look,
That seems weird. That's
best,
not set up.
the best thing that never happened to me. That's how I look at some of these jobs. Best thing that never happened to me, because if I ended up working at Smashburger, I would have been. I'm good at everything I do. I would just been a really good Smashburger employee, and I would have ran Smashburger. But military, I couldn't go because I had too many tattoos. Wanted to go. Best thing that never happened to me, because all that turned into, one, me having my son, to me starting my business, doing sales, public speaking, changing lives, being a philanthropist, and being where I'm at now. And I like where I'm at now. So all that, they can have it. Most of them dudes that fired me, I can buy them from their fucking mother.
Not gonna lie, I
So-
couldn't see you in the military.
Me? I was military. I did ROTC in high school. I was
Yeah, you should
But-
have seen him. You should have seen him. This guy
Yeah.
pushes almost fucking day.
Different guy. You actually listen to somebody else?
I mean, he wouldn't listen, but
I listen so I can lead. I don't listen so I can listen forever.
Just saying. Military, they gonna make you listen.
Hey, you even
Sit
kind of
back.
sound like T-Pain. What the
Sit
fuck is
back.
going on?
Right.
Hey, did you hear his voice? That's just
That's-
crazy.
Wait till you put a
Yeah,
T-Pain
you just gotta
song
turn
on
the
and he
auto-tune
starts
on.
singing. When he starts singing, he has the voice and it's weird.
Hey, listen,
Hold on, sing
man.
for us.
So what I hear y'all say is I'm a talented individual and I'm going overlooked right
I need you to do Tiny Desk right now. Like, just sing some shit.
now. That's not gonna happen.
I flexed on him once. I flexed on him when I first met him. He's a T-Pain guy. I always wanted to meet T-Pain. The week after I met him, I was at a Fanatics party, Super Bowl Fanatics party, and guess who I ran into? Pizzle. So I called him on FaceTime. I was like, "What's up, man?" He's just like you. He's like, "Fuck you."
Hey, it was funny though. It was classic. That was good.
He's like, "I always want to meet him. I always want to meet him." I was like, "Me too." A week later, one of us met him. The other one didn't.
No, I didn't.
So did you like FaceTime with T-Pain?
Nah,
So
he was
he-
like walking away. I just showed him a
Oh.
picture and then FaceTime him. It was like everybody was there. LeBron James. It was crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Should have took you to a Diddy party.
Ooh, baby oil.
I don't know about all that. I would have went though.
It's one of the
would've
best
went.
parties I've ever been to in my life.
I'd have went.
I would have won.
Oh, Friday.
Did he party?
If you got, it costs money, but this Friday in Hollywood, there's a party. I'm pretty sure Leo will be there. There's two different parties. There's Devin Chinzo's party. It's like a bunch of supermodels and famous people. It's Oscar's party. And there's another one,
Did you say Leo? Like
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Did
Yeah,
you call him Leo?
but that's what they call him.
Like,
call him what they
y'all on
call
first
him.
name basis?
No, I don't know. I met him
No,
once.
that's my favorite actor. For real.
I mean,
He's
it's my
badass.
favorite actor.
Yeah, he's my favorite
People always say
fucking
not
actor.
Denzel. I
You know
think
Leo D? Yeah. we
Denzel's a
finna
great actor. Leo's better. Leo's a better actor. He's the
Leo-
best actor
yeah,
in
you-
Hollywood.
you don't-
100%.
Yeah, he's
Better
the
than
baddest actor.
Denzel?
I love Denzel.
Oh my God, what
but
is
I can
happening?
watch 4 Denzel movies and I know it's Denzel. You can watch 4 Leonardo DiCaprio movies and it's 4 different
Yep.
characters.
Yeah,
That's true.
he's
That's
not.
true.
He's
That is
somebody
very
else
true.
in
That's why
every.
he's an icon.
Leo is something.
You'll get
else.
lost in who he is. You don't even fucking see the
You
actor.
could pick
you know what I mean?
5 Leo movies, and I swear you forget it's Leonardo DiCaprio. I know it's Denzel when I watch a movie, but it's still a good movie.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just Denzel.
Yeah.
No, I do not accept
I li-
that. It's always Denzel.
I like
You know.
Tom Cruise. It's Tom Cruise in every
It's Tom
fucking
Cruise.
movie.
It's The
Every
Rock. The
fucking
Rock is
movie.
The Rock. Kevin
Yeah,
Hart's
yeah.
Kevin Hart.
Yep.
Leo is whatever
He's-
the character is.
Yep.
Diverse.
Leo could have played Martin Luther King and got a damn Oscar. He could have.
Hey, he's
So
right.
then,
I like it.
what's Leonardo DiCaprio's King Kong ain't got nothing on me moment?
They pick a movie.
Man,
He has one in every movie.
Blood Diamond, like fucking
Django, when he smashed his
Django.
hand and that was
Oh,
in
Django.
real life and,
Alright, there you go.
and
Alright,
really,
that
it
shit's
really
crazy.
cut his hand and did the
Okay,
whole
I
he
need
thing.
to
did
put
it.
it
There you
on
go.
our-
Hey, and then he tells the guy we're having white cake.
Gilbert
That
Grape.
shit was crazy, bro.
Who's eating Gilbert Grape? Mom
Yeah.
let
Oh,
me in.
that
Like
was
what?
sad.
No, what's the one?
Romeo and
is
Juliet?
it Interception or
Inception.
Oh my God, that one's good too. Inception.
That one's good. That's the one where he has to sleep in a bear, right?
Denzel has some notable
No,
No,
moments.
that's
though.
the
Oh yeah,
the
for sure.
dream
Denzel
one.
Washington's one of the best actors
Inception,
ever. For
isn't
sure.
that the dream one?
The
Yeah.
dream
That
one.
one is
The
good.
one with
Yeah,
the
yeah.
bear in the woods was
Revenant.
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 That one had
Oh
me.
my God,
feeling
Revenant's one of the
all
best movies
types
of
You know
all
what's crazy? That
time,
made me
bro.
mad. He finally got an award for that one. In the movie, he didn't talk. That's like
That movie was
that's like
so fucking
putting
dope.
salt in an open wound.
Man, that's because everybody
Yeah,
knew
he
it was Leo
didn't.
Di-
But it was a good movie though.
He been
That
acting
movie
since he was
good.
9
I
and
love
had
that
never
movie.
won a Grammy or Oscar. Like what?
It's like, what are you trying to say?
When he was in the Django, did he when
The
he
D is silence.
Yeah.
What?
She said the Django.
Django.
Well,
I love
what did you
Django.
say?
The D is silent. That's what he
It's
says.
just
That's what I said.
No.
It's not the Django. It's just
said
Django.
Yeah, that's what I said. The Django.
It's Django. Django.
It's
man.
just Django.
God.
Django.
Excuse me.
Somebody get her.
The
Django.
Django.
Can I tell about myself?
Oh, he's like,
Hey,
hey,
guys.
Yeah,
Shut
yeah,
up.
Yeah.
He says Leo
Y'all
Schmeo.
ain't shit.
So we don't care about Leonardo DiCaprio. Okay.
I
Little
like
Wolf.
that.
That's enough.
You got video
Little Wolf.
Excuse us.
Why
Go ahead,
don't
Lil
you-
Wolf.
Yeah, why don't you introduce yourself to our audience? Tell them a little about who you are and what you do.
Let's go.
My real name is Michael Flint, but I changed it to Michael Wolf.
What's your full name? Your
Uh,
new full name.
Michael Itachi Alejandro Wolf.
Itachi is his favorite anime character, so he named himself Itachi.
Oh shit, that's fire!
I
Actually,
let him pick his middle name, and Itachi, which is part of like the Naruto thing, is his favorite character. So his middle name is officially Itachi.
Dope.
9 years old, and that's it.
Talking to the mic. That's not it.
I'm 9 years old, and
What else? What's your favorite things to do?
Oh, my favorite thing to do is watch anime with my dad.
Okay. You play any sports?
Oh,
I play baseball, used to play football, and used to play basketball. And I do baseball and jiu-jitsu right now.
That's right.
Nice.
Jiu-jitsu guy.
And
Are you in T-ball? Is that?
Nah, he's
No.
just regular baseball.
sometimes
Where do you
I-
train at in jiu-jitsu? What school do you train at?
It's called one
one
jiu-jitsu.
jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
One jiu-jitsu.
And
And sometimes, like, I used to sometimes do boxing.
Okay.
yeah. And who tapped
Nice.
you out? Whose son tapped you out? Whose son tapped you out?
Oh, Ashton.
Yeah, that's George's son. They had a 25-minute. Whoever loses has to run the mountain. Bear crawl the mountain behind us, and they went back and forth for 25 minutes. I was tired looking at them,
Oh my gosh.
but Ashton is like 40 pounds heavier, but he's faster. So it was one of those. Something has to give. But after you don't get fast after 25 minutes, heavy is heavy, and Ashton
Yeah.
finally got him. It was great.
Yeah, y'all got to see that hill. That
Dang,
mountain,
25
is huge.
minutes. That is
nuts.
crazy.
the mountain's even crazier.
Yeah, the mountain's crazier.
So
Bear
you did
craw-
it?
bear
So you did
crawling?
it? You
That's-
did the mountain
that's
already?
wild.
He's scared to death to bear crawl because he got in trouble at school for the first time ever. So I made him bear crawl this mountain. And when I say it's steep, like I don't care who's in here, we all
steep.
after like 15 steps, you're all gonna be like painful. I made him bear crawl it 5 times on his hands, and
Two
while yelling, "I will not disrespect my teachers anymore." And he was screaming it,
Yeah.
but I told him, "You do that, or you can get an ass whooping." I have never whooped him. His mom has whooped him, but he does workouts with me. He does intensive workouts, and I made him bear crawl from the top of the mountain all the way to his room, and his hands were bleeding a little bit, but he'd be all right. Shoulders were sore, but he didn't talk back to the teachers no more. He did it
That's
one
good.
time.
Lesson learned.
One time.
I get tired driving up that hill. Just in that.
Driving.
driving up that hill.
They,
I'm,
they,
like,
they've
breathing
been there.
hard.
It's just like it's hard to explain, but when I say it's like
It's like walking
steep.
up this wall.
it's bad. Like walking
That's
will have
crazy.
you winded and like lose your mind. So
Yeah.
bear crawling is nuts. But he's also a little athlete. As a kid, I would have did that
Oh,
once.
for sure.
But 5
man,
times,
bear
and you're
crawl-
in trouble, and your hands are now getting cut by little rocks. Your shoulders are hurting. Or don't talk crazy to teachers. Pick one. So, yeah.
Yeah, this morning actually I went to go park the car down the hill, and I was walking back up, and I was huffing and puffing. He's like, "Why you acting like you're running the hill?" I was like, "Oh yeah, I was running, but I'm over here." He thought I was trying to run, but in reality, I was just walking up the damn hill.
He's a good kid, though. He's good. Sit up. He's a good kid.
If you twist your chichis, you'll go faster.
I actually like to
Same
squeeze
thing.
my butt cheeks a little bit.
Yeah,
Give me a
there you
little
go.
boost. You know?
Welcome to the show, little wolf.
Yeah, welcome to the show, man.
Thanks for coming.
Give me a little dap.
Good job.
And then we'll go to you. So tell our audience a little bit about who
All
you
right,
are and what
right.
you do.
So first of all, Mr. Wolf gave out my George name. So everybody watching right here, I do got TikTok. I got a little bit of clout on TikTok, and everybody knows me as Lalo. As y'all can see right there, Lalo.
Yeah, you got love in
Oh,
the chat.
dang.
So y'all know now my first name is George, but I do go by Lalo. So
I was wondering who they were talking to.
yeah.
You got a lot of people watching right now.
Yeah.
Sit
Yeah.
back.
So basically, me
Sit
grew up with my boy Wolf since we were younger. We've been sixth grade. Pretty much the same thing, same mindset. Every time I'm around this guy, where there's money, there's money. I was out in Texas. Like I said, I had a restaurant not so long ago, pretty successful restaurant. Then I opened up a barbershop. I actually just closed my barbershop and moved out to California, a month ago now?
Yeah.
About a month ago. The reason I did it is because he's like, hey, there's money out here. You got to move out here. And every time I've been around, like I said, my big brother, there's always money involved. So I always make that move without even hesitation.
I called him on a Sunday just to check on him and put my nephew into jiu-jitsu because I got buddies in jiu-jitsu in Texas and they happen to be in San Antonio. And I was like, hey, what are my nephews doing? I was like, I'm going to put him in jiu-jitsu. I'll pay for it, blah, 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 blah. He's like, oh, what you doing? I'm like, same shit, making money, blah, blah. So I was like, you want to move to California? And I was like, you should just move. I was like, you've been in Texas 8 years now. I was like, it's okay, but you're not out there winning. I was like, best part about living in the South is California fails. You take your ass back to the South. So I was like, man, think about it over the next couple of months, move out. That was Sunday. He was in California, moved all his shit, and left his house by Thursday. Yeah.
Damn.
His family of 5 and a dog, they drove in the car that they don't even fit in the car that he didn't know was going to make it, and got in his car Wednesday or Thursday night from a Sunday and was in California. And I let him stay at my other house. I had just evicted my sister. Perfect timing. He's made my house into a home for now. He's still got to move. I need my house back. But came out Thursday. Kids are excited about it. I know they were weird. One of them has a girlfriend, 14-year-old kid with a girlfriend. Had to leave her on Valentine's Day. Yeah. But
only the girls care about that.
Yeah, I care. Look, we care. We understand. Look, we sent flowers from California to the school and did the shit. I make sure my nephew's right. But he's moved on. And then
That was fast.
In California?
they're 14. So, but they're happy. They they're originally from San Diego. So, I told him stay out of trouble. Right? He hasn't said it yet, but he's been in trouble with his wife a few times. He has that nice deep voice. And sometimes girls like it. And so half them TikTok followers is So, but I told him, I told his wife, like, you don't know me. I don't do. My homies don't cheat. They can't cheat. I'll tell on your ass.
Quickly.
We talked about that.
Hey,
No.
he's from experience.
No, I didn't cheat, but
He's
I was
all
at,
quickly.
No, seriously, so I thought, he said that before, and I thought it was one of those things where it was like, oh, I'm just saying that, so the homies' girls are comfortable or whatever. So I go to his house, we're chilling one day, we both have to leave. He goes his way, I go, and he calls me, hey, bro, where the fuck are you going? And I'm like, well, bro, I'm right behind you. Why?
I saw
And
a
he
car
was
that
like,
looks like his that made a left in a neighborhood he wasn't supposed to make a left in. So I was trying to figure out where the hell he thought he was going.
Yeah.
Because I know he don't know nobody up here. So if he's making lefts, he's creeping. And if you have a basic girlfriend or something you just met, I don't care what you do.
Yeah.
Like, if it's just a basic girlfriend, I don't care what you do. Do what you got to do. But it's your wife and kids and all that. You're not about to have me shake your wife's hand and meet your kids and then fuck up your family. If I love you, you're not about to do that.
He's not lying.
And I tell the
He
wife,
called
you'll
immediately.
know if your husband's cheating on you. One, if you ask me, I'm not gonna lie for him. Two, if I stop talking to you, he's probably doing something, because if I don't go telling you, what I'm not gonna do is talk to your wife no more. I'm not gonna shake her hand while you're doing all that.
Yeah.
So you're not about to fuck up my integrity. So if I stop talking to one of y'all wives, that's a telltale sign your husband out here doing something that I won't speak to you about, because I won't lie. If she asked me, you are fucked. You have a wife and a kid, and you're not about to mess that up over some pussy that don't even belong to you.
First of all, I wasn't.
Look at he's all.
I'm like, where?
Let me make it clear. First of all,
scratching his nose like,
I was about to say, what wasn't today's topic? Fatherhood? What's going on?
Be a good father. Stay with your wife. So be a good father.
I won't tell if I'm the side bitch.
Yeah. But no,
the only ones that don't tell when they're a side bitch are they're married too.
Yeah,
They always end up telling at some point.
Oh, they're delusional.
Yeah.
But no, we have a good dynamic. But yeah, that's my man.
What kind of restaurant was it?
It was Mexican food.
That's great. So
It was,
beans, rice.
No, it was actually, so in Texas, it's a lot of Tex-Mex, right? Shout out to Texas. I fell in love with Texas, but hey, Texas will be Texas. But their food is a little different. Their food, they got the Tex-Mex, so they don't really have that same flavor that they have here. So I brought a little bit of that over there. My main dish was birria.
Oh.
I don't know if y'all know birria.
Yeah, that
so.
shit's bomb as hell.
So I still haven't found a birria that, and I'm not just saying it because I cook it, but I haven't found a flavor that matches my flavor. So it went bananas over there.
What's
as soon as I
your
opened
flavor?
it up, we'd have lines out the door.
Are you gonna open a restaurant out here?
Probably not.
No.
Probably not. Unless
Not a barbershop.
I don't know what my next business will be. I know we're gonna open another business and we're gonna figure it out. But as of this moment, I'm not sure.
We're gonna do lunch trucks for like a soup kitchen.
Okay.
For homeless, and one of the things we're gonna do is like video one of those days, because it really is different, and it's inexpensive. Like it'll cost me $300, get some video, soup, rice, and serve it out. And the homie has a lunch truck. I can use it for free whenever I want to. Attach it to my truck. We'll go out. Me, him, his son, my son, and we'll go out and we'll serve people. So that's probably the next time we'll probably do anything commercial with it. But because he did start off with a lunch truck first, and then got the restaurant. So worst case, I think we do a lunch truck.
Damn. Call me homeless then. Let me know. Shit.
It's different.
Birria?
Yeah. Now this time, Mr. Wolf.
My podcast, I'll have him make it when we do my podcast at the house, and you guys can taste it. And I'm telling you, it's different.
That's one of my favorite foods.
His
birria?
his specific birria is because of him. He eats this like 3 times a week.
And there's only 2 people in this world that have this recipe, and it's me and this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Birria
Nobody
ramen?
else. Yeah, if
I'm
we
about
were
to
to
be
die
like
out, the
plankton in
recipe's
this
dead.
bitch and steal the
Yeah.
Krabby Patty formula. All
It's
right, guys.
What made you move to Texas?
Uh,
Because he said you were there for like 8 years, right?
yeah, I was
Mama.
there almost 10 years actually. I just wanted to get away. I was getting myself in a lot of trouble, cost of living, everything was just kind of like a fresh start. So I was like, let me make my way out of San Diego because I was in San Diego. I go every corner. I knew everybody. I was messing around, doing bad things, and I was like, it's time for a change. So that's when I was like, you know
He
what?
left San Diego, quit, went out there a cowboy. He came back a cowboy.
Yeah, I really did.
Yeah.
I really did. But like I said, I fell in love with the lifestyle.
Did you know anyone out there, or you just picked Texas? Just to...
My mom was out there,
Oh, okay.
but
Where in Texas?
Well, I was just gonna say
San
what part?
Antonio.
Okay.
Oh, I love
San
San
I have all kinds of
Antonio.
family out there. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Me too. That's what I was asking.
I was in San Antonio, then I moved in the outskirts of San Antonio, which is where I really fell in love. I know there's some people watching. Shout out to Marion. It's a little small town. There's probably like about 1,000 people that live there, and everybody knows each other. You fart, and they know you farted, so that's really how it is.
Millie would
Oh,
be
I
able
would
to last.
God,
I'd be
everybody
like,
knows
really?
Millie.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
I'd burp and
at
sneeze.
first it was cool, but then it started getting old after a while. You know, you
Yeah.
get in. I couldn't go to the bathroom without my neighbor being like, "Oh, what is he doing in the bathroom?" You know, it's like, what the hell?
That's crazy.
But yeah, I just wanted to get out of the way.
San Diego.
I needed a lot of growing up to do, and I feel like Texas kind of helped me with that.
Mm.
The person I was when I first was in Texas is completely different from what I am now. So it was kind of like a move I needed to do in order to evolve. You know?
And you and your family moved out there, or it was just
Correct. Me and my 4 kids.
Damn.
Um,
My bad.
all boys, or
2 boys and 2 girls. I got a
Oh.
girl, boy, girl,
oh,
boy.
that's
And
perfect.
my
Oh, damn,
youngest
you're
is
lucky.
a little ginger. He's evil. But,
He's a ginger?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love ginger babies.
He's
Gingerbreads.
both of the boys are light skinned, orange, brownish hair. But the youngest one is like a strawberry blondish.
Big kids, too.
What's
and
your
then big.
wife? What's her ethnicity?
She's Mexican,
Light skin.
Okay.
but she's white.
Little
But she's
white.
Mexican. But my mom is too. My mom is like, she's a ginger. My mom's a ginger as
that's
well.
why they get it.
I've never seen your mom. Never seen your picture.
I've seen it like 3 times.
Yeah.
So,
You've only seen your mom 3 times?
not really. So, long story with her, she left. My dad ended up cheating on her. He ended up getting another family. She moved to Texas. When she moved to Texas, she left us here. I feel like at the beginning of me moving to Texas was kind of trying to rebuild that relationship too. Trying to be next to my mom, trying to kind of build, but it never worked out. She has I don't know if they're watching or not, but she has a very possessive husband, boyfriend, whatever it is. And
Hate those
she's
Hey,
yeah,
dog. Fuck that food.
for real. Huh?
Fuck that food, dog.
Yeah, was crazy. Got in a fight with him one time. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even get into all
Whoa.
that.
I
Nah,
didn't
go
know
ahead.
You gonna fight with him?
I think we've all
Yeah.
gotten in
Did
a
you
fight with
win?
our steps.
Yeah,
Okay.
Nancy whooped his ass too.
Oh, you a punk.
Yeah, Nancy whooped his ass.
Nancy's
we
his
were at
wife.
a party, right? This is when we were. He's very possessive, like extremely possessive. Like you can't get around her without him being near. Like he'll come over, like you want to talk to her, he'll stand right here.
What a
Go
weirdo.
over.
So
Yeah.
wait, so she
Yeah,
had a
that's-
man that was creeping and was everywhere, and the rubber band snapped all the way back and found a man that wouldn't let him out of sight.
Yup.
Careful what you ask for.
Yup.
Careful what you ask
But
for.
she, I mean, that's what I don't know if it comforts her or whatever it is, but long story short, she's with him, and not with me. But yeah, the fight. We were at a party. They invited us over to the party. Everything was cool. There was drinks involved. He started heavily drinking. I was drinking as well. Comes up to me at the end of the party, and he goes up to me and says, something, you're a bitch.
Ooh.
I was like,
Oh no.
did he really just say that? Is he talking to me? Anyways, I let it slide. I was like, whatever. I wait for my mom to go to the side because, I'm not trying to disrespect my mom or anything. He's in the car, and I go up to him. I was like, hey, next time you call me a bitch, I'm fucking your shit up. He just looks at me and laughs. I was like, all right, cool. I let it go. See, this guy knows. See, stuff like that
Yeah.
before. I'm not even gonna wait. I'm just gonna whoop right there and then.
We got stories.
Long story short, we were driving down the road. This is in Texas, so it's a long country roads. You know,
Yeah.
they're dark. You can't see anything. I pull over to the side, and Nancy's driving. I was like, hey, where's my mom? Like, I don't see him no more. So I call her. She's like, oh, I'm walking on the side of the road. I was like, what are you doing walking on the side of the road?
Oh no.
He's like, oh, I don't want to say no name. So and so is
Man,
drunk
fuck
and
that.
he's
Say
talking
that nigga's
crazy.
name.
Nah, I'm
Nah,
not gonna
you
do
don't
that.
have to.
Nah. I was like, he's talking crazy. I told Nancy, turn around. She turns around. We go back. I see her walking. She starts walking back. Now she's in the car, and I'm a little drunk, so I'm like looking. I was like, am I looking right? I don't know where you see like a fucking monkey just jump on top of my mom,
What?
grab her, and start whooping her ass. I
Oh, man.
was like, that's a wrap.
Oh
He
no.
I
He would've
ran.
died.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Right.
find why
That's
he's alive.
crazy.
Died.
I went.
my God.
I ran across the street. Whop! Just hit him. He dropped to the floor. I got on top of him. Whatever. Just started pounding
Allegedly.
on him. Allegedly, yeah. I got up for a short second because my mom's like, whatever. So I get up. He goes to the back of the trunk. He grabs a big ass knife. He comes at me with
Oh,
a big ass
no.
knife. Tries to get me.
Second reason to kill him.
Yeah. So
Enough.
he swings at me.
In Texas, too. Right?
Swings at me. Yes. So I was just new to Texas. I didn't know about the whole carrying and all that stuff. I didn't know yet. If not, it would have been a little boop, boop, boop. You're done. Allegedly, right? We started going at it again. It was somehow he didn't get me. I got him. He was out. And then at the end of the day, I had him in between my legs. I had his head in between my legs. At the time, I couldn't feel it. I couldn't feel anything, but he was biting through my legs. I have two biggest chunk, like
Oh,
a big old
no.
pieces of leg missing in my leg.
No way.
Because he bit it off. He was trying
That's
to get to my
Shark attack.
Freaky shit.
Freaky fool.
He was hungry.
Texas shark
He
attack.
was trying to get to my vein. My what is it called?
Art like the main
Yeah,
artery.
my main artery.
What a weird motherfucker.
He's a trained Marine, whatever.
Well,
Uh,
damn, he ain't that.
He was trying
trained.
to
Yeah.
eat you
You fucked
up.
his
He
ass
was
up.
trying to kill my thing. So then Nancy, which is my wife, right? She was pissed. She just comes up while he's biting me because I was like, wait, he's biting me. She said, what? She went, wow, wow,
Oh, yeah.
And
Wow.
Nancy's not a small girl either.
No.
Oh, yeah.
She's not big.
No,
but she's
but
not.
she's like 5'8",
like-
5'9".
She's like 5'8", 5'9".
Yeah.
She literally broke the side of his face.
Damn.
She broke the side of his face.
Shout out to my sister-in-law.
And then we're in Texas, right? So this probably is going on for about 10 minutes. We have this big old Ford truck that pulls up out of nowhere and they're like, get the fuck off my property. Big ass rifles, all of them. They're all like, we're about to kill you right here, right there, because you guys are causing, and they can do it, right? We're on their property.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh shit, I don't know what's going on, whatever, blah, blah, blah. We explained everything, what they did. They tied him up, grabbed rope, tied him up, put him in the trunk, and they're like, get him out of here. After that, never was I ever able to have a relationship with my mom.
Yeah,
She
I mean,
came.
you heard her, man.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what he
It
did
was
first.
the first 2 days, she was at my house. Things are going to change.
Yeah.
They're not going to be the same anymore, blah, blah. It didn't even, 3 days later, she's like, I got to go back.
Yeah. And then now everything he does to her is your fault.
Pretty
Yep.
much. But things got even worse because it got to a point where there was sort of a relationship, but my mom got into a car accident. She got hit by a dump truck. So now, like, she had a sedan, right? And it became a two-piece, like a two-seater.
Shit.
So for a whole year, it's like he's like Nancy likes to say he's the devil because things always work out in his favor.
Yeah.
So now, before she was having visits with us, he wasn't around. Like all that stuff, it was being kind of it was peaceful. But then he had to come back in the story because she couldn't walk, she couldn't do anything for herself, and now she has like brain damage and stuff. So he just completely took over.
Yeah.
So now there's no relationship or anything with my mother anymore. I haven't talked to her since
She became the object that he wanted.
she became, and they got paid. I think they got
He
like
got paid.
He got paid. He got paid like $7 million. $7 million.
I'm surprised he's alive. I'm looking at you. I'm like,
Bro, you already don't ask me.
what?
Yeah,
Ain't no fuck. The moment he jumped on my mom in the middle of the road,
over with.
you through.
I'm not
Bingo.
even me anymore at that point.
I'm letting you know right now. You already know the rules. Whether it's now at 9 or later on in your adult, your mom is off limits. Anybody fucks with your mom, they gotta go. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
There we go. He has rules. If kids are too big, and like say if anybody kid's too big at school and you can't fight them, what happens? Speaking to the mic.
grab my sock, put a rock in it, and then start hitting them.
Yeah, if you can't fight him, but if the fight's gonna happen anyway, you got to do what you got to do. It's you or him at this point. I told him he's not allowed to start anything, but we don't take anything either.
Or throat chop.
Yeah, you throat chop somebody, nice, good throat chop first. You'll incapacitate him most likely, and then until him run. Throat chop, big kid, maybe hit him once and then get the hell out of there because ultimately he's gonna hurt you. But yeah, man, that's tough.
Yeah,
And then
wild situation.
tell him a little bit about you.
Me.
You got a long story, but
yeah,
just a little
I'm.
bit.
You know, I'm not. That's tough. It's tough to follow. But yeah, Wolf covered most of it, man. Like me, like most human beings, man, I've been through something. You know, I had my own securities as a kid and try to handle them with violence, and resulted in me, you know, being sentenced to 32 years of life in prison. Where, oddly enough, I found, you know, rediscovered myself in ways that have been helpful to me to this day. You know, things like this are highly important to me because I believe that we find each other by sharing our stories. And, you know, we could be further examples of like what it means to be resilient, what it means to learn and love and laugh with one another without all these weird ass profiles that the world gives us, that we're different and all that other shit. So that's important to me. And at the end of the day, bro, I think like the culmination of who I am is just like, you know, let's find ways back to each other and learn from one another. So that's where like a lot of the work that Wolf is talking about, you know, whether it's helping youth or whether it's coaching people who are reentering society and trying to get them in like personal development, you know, career development or whatever, or whether even the consulting, right? The consulting thing came from seeing the way things were and like, okay, helping to build systems that support people being people, right? One of the ways that I was able to get my first big contract was helping people at the top see that, like, if you're saying that you're hiring people because they're talent, but the way in which your organization is ran from within is not allowing them to be the best version of themselves, now there's two things that aren't in alignment, right? So then how can we create lines of communication? How can we create systems and policies that help people be the best version of themselves, which you hired them for? So my life is essentially that. Like, I'm trying to make sure we find ways, you know, back to one another and get to see each other as one, you know, different pieces of one another, and you know, how can we create systems and policies to where we're able to be the best versions of ourselves. Mainly because I know what it's like when we're not that. You know what I mean? When I wasn't the best version of myself, like that's why Wolf kept looking at me. When I'm not the best version of myself, like it's easy for me to, you know, objectify people. You got to go. You know what I mean? You're not with me. You're against me. You're in the way. Object. You're movable. I'm not thinking about who you are as an individual. I'm not thinking about like the people that love you and care about you. I'm not thinking about community and all that. Like those are all things that I did that when I wasn't the best version of myself. And I see, you know, I had an opportunity to see in real time when that becomes somebody's sole purpose. You know what I mean? When you're in prison, you got life in prison, and you're seeing folks behind the walls with no hope. You know, I've seen people die right in front of me and didn't have a second thought. You know, it was this weird culture in prison that, you know, you could see somebody get stabbed up, die in front of you. Your first thought is like, damn, are we going to get showers today? You know what I mean? We're not thinking about that person. So I try to make sure that I'm living my life in a way that keeps people from being that.
I got a question, if you don't mind me asking a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So obviously, troubled youth, whatever, troubled youth-ish, similar, same thing, but we all are somewhat successful now. I like to say somewhat because none of us are where we want to be at. We're doing well. We take care of our kids. We're all active fathers. What effect did fatherhood have on the you now? Do you think you would be who you are today, restaurant owner, the guy who can maybe not kill somebody in the middle of the road? The you I met would have killed him it wouldn't have been 10 minutes. The you before 32 years would have killed him. You now might still kill him, but with a daughter, somewhere your subconscious might pop up.
Yeah.
But I don't want to speak for you. Where did fatherhood, if it did, play a part in what you are now? And like, you know, you guys can elaborate. You can start with you,
Yeah,
George.
I
Or
mean,
go ahead, man.
Coming from my situation, like I'm gonna keep it real. So like being in the situation I was in and being sentenced to life in prison, doing all that time, I didn't think I was gonna have the opportunity to be a father. So when, you know, my life changed drastically in a 2-year period. Like it went from never going home. I went from never going home to home within 2 years. And then 2 years before I went home, my wife and I got married. And then 60 days, 60 days with it being home, I found out my wife was pregnant. And I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say like right then when I found out she was pregnant there was change, because it wasn't. But the minute I held my daughter, like there were certain things that did not have to be explained to me no more. One of the first things I knew right away was like, oh shit, this ain't about you no more. Like it ain't even about me. So I think to that point, like when I was living the other way, it was kind of like selfishly. Everything was about me. So the minute my daughter was born and that realization happened for me, like this ain't even about you no more. And I live with that daily. Like I have reminders that this ain't about you no more. So that I think that was the most significant change.
What's the reminders? Because that's important. Because I think a lot of men do when they hold their kid.
Mm-hmm.
That a lot of that does come to I feel like a lot of men do get that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh man, it's not about me no more. But the reminders, I think, is what differentiates people from being a good father and continually being a good father. So what is the things that keep you on track to do that? Like, how do you stay that way?
So, like, for instance, I mean, I acknowledge that I didn't just have a child. I have a mirror. So my daughter every day is either showing me, like, am I the man I say I am, or am I pretending to be something, right? Like, every day. I remember one day, like, she likes parks. My daughter's 5 years old. She just loves parks. She'll lose her mind at the sight of a park. So when we pass parks, I'll take her to the park, right? And I remember, no matter what park we go to, she can see kids she's never seen before in her life. And the immediate thing that comes out of her mouth is my friends, right? And I remember when she did that one day, I'm like, damn, when do adults lose that? Like, so even then, like, that's the reminder. Like, I'm her example, but she's also teaching me. So the fact that she's my mirror in that way, like we were just talking about some of the context of how I came into fatherhood, right? I also realized that fatherhood for me is a sacred opportunity to like interrupt like generational traumas. So every time I'm looking at my daughter, there's a decision to say, hey, am I going to have the courage to keep changing, or am I going to give my daughter this bullshit, right? And that shows up in a multitude of ways. And some of them ain't easy. Some of them mean I have to separate myself from certain family members. Some of that means that, there's certain lines of communication. I have to, me and my wife have conversations about how she shows up. And I'm like, hey, is that how you want your daughter to show up as a woman? Are these the things that you want to teach her? Our ways of being, like, so, the tone in our voice. Kids are great in that way to where, they're mimickers. So, like for me, I often don't get mad at the way my daughter shows up. I question, how am I contributing to that? Because she's getting it from somewhere. You know what I mean? So she shows up in a way where I'm like, ooh, I don't like that. It's not like, ooh, I don't like that. Don't do that. For me, it's internal first. Like, oh shit, hold on. Where is that? Is that me? Is that my wife? Is it school? Like, where is that happening, right? And oftentimes it's us. They learn that from us. Mm-hmm. So like, those are the constant reminders that I'm paying attention to that are like, okay, look, you got this wonderful opportunity to, change a human being and to be their everything and to provide for them. And I want to be careful, like, with the provide too, right? Because as men, culturally, we get wrapped up into that. Like, my dad was that type of person. He believed in the 3 Ps. His job was to punish, protect, and provide, right? That was it. But now, like, one of the things that my daughter is teaching me too is like, she'll remember my presence more than any paycheck. So my fatherhood can't be wrapped up in my provisions.
Yeah.
It's got to be wrapped up about how I show up for her and what I'm showing her about the world and, potential mates and who she's in company with, how she communicates and things like that. So it's just a constant reminder in that way.
Yep. Can't rob Peter to pay Paul. Can't take one from the other. But you got to work hard to be able to have all 4 Ps, ultimately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that because I think a lot of times, like, maybe even the way we were brought up is they were just there basically to provide. The streets taught us how to live. Yeah. And they would just tell us, don't get your ass beat. You come home like that, you're going to get your ass beat again. So that's really what we were taught. But when you teach your kids, from A to Z, you see, like, they love your attention. They remember. I mean, I remember little tiny conversations with my dad because we didn't have much, when I was growing up. Conversations that, like, stuck with me forever. So I understand. I think that we need to be able to have conversations with our children so that, because they're going to remember that shit, dude. They soak it all up and they love it. And so that's, I think, being present throughout their whole life, even when they're a baby, because a lot of fathers think they don't need to do nothing while they're a baby. But that whole bonding experience is great. I loved that whole thing. So I think you need to be bonding with your kids just as much as the mom, if not even more. I mean, I think even with, you can go back and forth with sons and daughters, right? I have a son and a daughter. I think it's great to bond with both of them the same. You just have different experience with each one of them. So I love your answers to that. I notice a lot of fathers are not self-aware of that, though. So it's really cool that you, the way you explained it was on point, man.
It's hard work. Like, so self-awareness is not easy. I want to say that.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not for the faint of heart. Like, when you have people that really look into, like, the culture and the world we live in, if we're being honest, is focused on looking out the window. It's different when you have a person that says, all right, I'm going to look in the mirror. Because the mirror ain't always pretty. It's some ugly shit staring back at you. And then it's not just there with the discovery. That's what I was saying. You got to have the courage to change that shit and to do something different. Like, that's why when you meet certain cats, like, I'll use Wolf as an example. Like, when certain people meet Wolf, he's not palatable to them, but he's not palatable to them because he's not good. It's that they're not ready for the shit he has to say.
People call me a mirror. That's my biggest flaw. Is like, oh, you're this. I'm like, I'm a mirror. I'm gonna show you you. And most of the time you don't like it. I always say, you don't like what I say. If I'm only saying facts, you got to change the facts, and you'll change what I say. But I'm gonna call you out on your bullshit. And sometimes my delivery is bad, or sometimes it's not. But most people are not used to having a mirror, right? Freud said we all wear a mask. Well, I'm gonna make you be your real you. If you're a weirdo, that's fine. If you're an asshole, that's fine. If you're this, that's fine. Just be that, so I can know how to operate around you as well. Because I do have a son. I don't let anybody around me that I think is not, it'd be detrimental to my son. And people want to be around me. People gravitate to me for whatever fucking reason. I think breath of fresh air is what they say, because to be in the realness. And I'm like, it's crazy because I don't feel like I'm doing anything extra or special. I'm just one of those who are also self-aware. I check myself. I am one of the most honest people in the fucking world. I lie too, but just a lot less than everybody else. And I do not lie to myself. That's one of the reminders that I think you didn't mention is having a kid, at least for me. Not every parent. A lot of parents will lie to their kids. Hate you with we'll do it tomorrow, but they know the line, just don't want to listen to the kid. I don't lie to my son about nothing. He can ask me about anything on this planet. If I am too ashamed to tell my son I shouldn't be doing it in the first place, that's how I live. I hold myself to the standard. If he was to ever say, Dad, how come we don't have more? If I call my mom right now, I'm like, how come you didn't work harder? Black parents, boy, shut the fuck up. Get off my phone with this and that.
I did everything for you.
I used to do public speaking, and I would have them call your parents, ask them. Right? They wanted you to get straight A's in school and A's and B's. Did they save enough money for college? 'Cause that's the only thing A's and B's get you. No? So what was the A's and B's for? I've asked parents. You want your kid to get straight A's and B's? Of course. Do you have college money? No. Then why? Imagine your son, your daughter does exactly what you say. They get A's and B's, and they can get into Harvard with their A's and B's finally. But mommy got to send them to community college because mommy broke. Daddy broke.
Well, see, a lot of what you're talking about there, too, is people lose that in, fatherhood, but parenting. But fatherhood, it's the accountability. Like, there's an accountability that is a necessity to fatherhood, right? And that's what I hear you saying.
And we're all parents here, correct?
Yeah, I think also, too, like, for men that I've seen, especially Jacob had, I don't know if it's okay, but Jacob went to his son's boxing matches or and the way that Jacob handled it was with empathy. And I feel like a lot of men nowadays have a lot of empathy and are very empathetic towards certain situations that you guys would have been in with your fathers or your mothers and been like, get the fuck up, or like, stop fucking crying. I just saw this video on YouTube of this kid, and he sees Mickey Mouse for the first time. And he's like, oh, that's my boy. That's my boy. Yeah. And then his dad, instead of him being like, boy, stop crying, you look like a pussy or anything like that, he was like, come here. Like, he saw that mirror. He saw that mirror, and he was like, wow, like, to be able to give my son this opportunity and to see him that happy makes me happy. And he started crying himself. And I feel like a lot of men these days, you're breaking generational curses, and you see that within yourself, and you're treating these men like men. because a lot of you guys, a lot of men in our generation, especially mine, were raised by toxic masculinity, one, or two, single mothers that had to work both sides. And I think that's why a lot of men nowadays are super, either have toxic masculine energy or they are pussies, if I'm being honest.
I mean, if you raised by a single, which I don't know, am I the only one here that didn't have a dad?
Nope.
Uh,
I didn't have one.
Okay, I was gonna say, damn, everybody's talking daddy stories. I'm like, sounds nice.
that was the only thing in the back of my head. I was like, damn, we'll feel a little lonely back there.
Yeah,
dads. I had a dad, but be completely honest,
your dad.
He was there, but he wasn't there.
My
I
dad
have one memory of my dad, and it was, I think I was like 7 years old, and I think he only really did this because he was arguing with my mom. He called and he's like, hey, what's going on, blah, blah, blah. And I felt alone because there was a bunch of girls at the house. And I was like, well, I'm just here by myself. He went and picked me up, took me to play basketball. But that's the only time I ever have a memory with my dad. Outside of that, he was in, and shout out to my dad, man. I love him, and he's a great dad. He did whatever he could. His parents died when he was 11. So he didn't really have nothing to fall off of, kind of see. But he wasn't very present. He was there, but he wasn't that dad, I was just like Mr. Wolf. I was over there stealing from my clothes. I was over there robbing the paletero for food. I was
taking care of your little sisters.
Yeah, taking care of my little sisters. My mom took off when I was like 12, so there was a pack of bologna and tortillas in the fridge, and we would make it happen, And I would break into the warehouse that was like down the canyon from where I lived. Took Monsters, Red Bulls, would go sell them. I think that's where that mentality came from, where I was had to figure out how to get it, but. Like I said, my dad would make sure the rent was paid, but outside of that, he had a whole separate family.
And everybody's parents different. I try to explain to people, every time somebody's parenting is their first time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I try to not hold parents I hold them accountable, but I do give like mental leeway. It's like, okay, so your kid is 1. It's your first time ever having a 1-year-old. Even if you have a new kid, it's still your first time having a 1-year-old and a 1-month-year-old. Yeah, you've had a 1-month-year-old, but never had 1 month and 1 year at the same time. Every day is new. Yes, your last Sunday is not this Sunday, and you learn something new as you go. And a lot of times parents check out because it's still adult life is hard without kids. That's not me. This shit is hard. People commit suicide because just being an adult is hard as hell. Being an adult and having to be like that level of adult is improbable. And that's a whole nother conversation of society raising. Back in the day, people would have kids by 12, 13, and you'd be the leader of the village and carrying the spear by 15. And the old heads, the wise ones, like 30-year-olds, you're the wise ones.
25.
Yeah, you're like the 15, 17-year-olds are they're doing their big hunt to become the leader of the village. Now, kids at 25 years old don't know how to live. We've fucked this whole human culture up and dumbed ourselves down. But to what you're saying, the toxic masculinity in females, the problem with females raising single sons is, one, that's accountability. Right? I think I talked about that on my Instagram the other day. A lot of single mothers are first ones to say, men ain't shit. Most men ain't shit are raised by single mothers. Y'all raising the same niggas you don't like.
That part. I was just about to say that because
which is crazy.
I literally like when I see like bitch boys or whatever, I automatically look at the mom because my mom, there was a situation with my brother, and my brother did some stuff that he shouldn't have to my sister-in-law at the time. And my mom was like, you need to get the fuck out. She stays. That's the type of like mom energy that I feel like it needs to exude within this generation because the moms were just, hold your kids accountable. Hold 100%. Your sons, your daughters, even your daughters. Like everybody needs to be held accountable. Have that empathy, but also hold your kids accountable.
And women need to understand that they cannot raise a good man. Even if you're a really good, strong woman, the best you could raise your son to be is a really good, strong woman. You don't know how to raise a man, you're not a man. The statistics fucking show it. Everything shows it. Like there's a level where all parents, men to sons, they plateau. That's why parents like to send their kids to college. Because even if I was a multimillionaire being an electrician, the problem is I can only show my son how to be an electrician. I can't teach him anything else. So if my son doesn't want to be an electrician, I'm fucked. So that's where go to college. Because when they become adults, what do you got for them? You're hoping college is the next thing. So parents sometimes plateau what they can teach their kids. Single mothers sometimes will plateau. You can raise your son to a certain extent, but you better put him in. You need coaches. Without coaches, football coaches, basketball coaches, that man influence, again, without Dan Pena and Gary Vaynerchuk and fucking Goku and Vegeta and shit like this, I swear to you, I'd be a whole different man. Peter Griffin, watching him as a fucked up, weird kind of dad, but then they have the good episodes when he's a really good dad. Those episodes, I'm like, well, that somewhere internally, it felt right. When they put the background music and it's a good father moment from a fucking cartoon character, it's still a good father moment. And the reason why it evoked feelings, even as a 15-year-old, because it's probably something to do right. So right there, and ingrained in my head, that's probably something I should do. And then going forward, but my mom, I'm an honest person. I love my mom, but I don't. She did the best she could. No, the fuck she didn't. My mom did what was comfortable. My mom didn't pick a better job. She wanted the job that was comfortable. My mom didn't file her taxes because, I ain't gonna get a tax refund back. So what's the point of filing my taxes? Because you owe back child support. If you would have filed, you would have stopped owing. My mom got half her checks her whole life. So she's working $8 an hour. She's getting 50% taken by child support. That means she's working for $4 an hour, and then she gets taxed on that. So my mom made about $7,000 a year total take home. So without EBT or all that, we were fucked. And yet she had crab, she had weed, she had Pepsi, she had everything. We get 2 boxes of cereal, 1 thing of soda, like a Shasta, and you better make it last a month. Right? So we were latchkey kids. And she did work, and you're just like, well, she worked Monday to Friday. Yeah, but you also chose a job that wasn't going to work towards nothing we can have. Mm-hmm. You could have worked a better job. You didn't want a better job. You wanted to work the place where you could show up late a little bit, wear what you want to wear, talk a little shit, and she worked comfortable. I tell you didn't do the best you could. You did what was comfortable, but in her head, it's better than what her mama did. Well, the way I had to grow up, I was like, well, being taller than a midget doesn't make you tall. It's just, if you're doing comparison, then you're fucked. Well, some of your cousins was really, really fucked up. So that makes you good because we weren't as fucked up? Good is good.
It's hard to get that across to a person though that hasn't.
But they don't know no better. Again, it's
when you don't have
like
access
you said, generational.
Healing, that's what I'm saying.
And that's why me and my son changing our last name.
Exactly.
We start different. I make him say things before he goes to bed. Can you let them know what you got to say when you go to bed to yourself every night?
Don't take anything from nobody.
I say don't take shit from no one, but he changes it. So
make a lot of money, be myself, change the world. Protect my family.
There it is. Every day he has to say those 5 things. Since he was 3 years old, since you can talk, I try to make him say it as much as possible. You're going to change the world. You're going to protect your family. You're going to make a lot of money. You're going to be yourself. You're not going to take shit from nobody. And it's like, I'm going to try to ingrain that because we have to start fresh. He's already has the most in our bloodline. At 1, he had the most. At 2, so all the way at 9. There's no 9-year-old in my bloodline that has lived like my son. And I make that a point. And I'm the most successful person in my bloodline by far. And I don't think I'm doing great. I just think I know I'm not doing bad.
Yeah. But those are all from conscious. That's what I'm saying. You made those conscious decisions to do something different.
Yeah. My uncles were my role models because they're all in prison. So those were how are your role models? Because I knew what the fuck not to do. Yeah. I met most of my uncles. One that's like my dad. I grew up with him, but he's still crazy, writing bad checks, fucking scamming shit. And I love man like my dad. I love him to death. I moved him here from Orville last year, bought him a fucking trailer and blase. But I have 7 uncles or 6 uncles. I met most of them when I became an adult, because they 10 years in prison and 15 years here, and another one's a weirdo cuz and blah, blah, blah. And I still don't have a good relationship with them. If my dogs are hanging off a cliff and my uncle's hanging off a cliff, the uncles don't even have a chance. Uncle who?
Damn.
And it's not. It is what it is. I love them, but I'm not gonna cry when they pass.
To be fair, I think you would save your dogs over a lot of people.
No, yeah, there's about 14 people on this planet.
Once.
There's like 14 people on this planet that my dogs might be saved over.
Yeah,
that's it. Like
I think I'm in trouble if I'm on a cliff and it's me or your dog.
You fucked.
Yeah, see.
Because you have a daughter, I might let the dog go. If you were just a single man and a homie, you're
gonna be like, you should have got yourself in that predicament.
Nah, like I feel for you, but my dogs are my kids, so they love me without any conversation, without anything. They give me love I still looking for in this world. Only my kids love me the way my dogs love me. I have my son. He's my obviously my biological son. I took the test too. I don't play that bullshit. 99.9, baby. And I knew he was my kid, but it's funny. Taking the test for him, fucking around, is how I found out that my dad wasn't my dad. Fucking around. I said this on one of the other podcasts. I'm on, scrolling, doom scrolling, 3 o'clock in the morning, and you hear one of those Maury's, is he not your daddy things, and 18 years later, turns out the kid ain't the dad, and blah, blah, blah. The kid ain't the son, and dad's devastated. And then I look up statistics, 33 to 40% of men who feel like they need to go get a test were right. To me, that's a heavy statistic.
That's crazy.
33-ish% of all men that felt like they need to get a test were right, and it wasn't their kid. That's nuts to me. So I was like, I'm going to order a test. I know he's mine. He looks like me, blah, blah, blah. But I ordered a test, and then they sell you these, like, you would do a sibling test. Do you want to do the cousin test? I was like, I'll do a sibling test. Fast forward, found out me and my sister, I have 3 sisters. I know my youngest one is a half-sister. I know my oldest one is a half-sister. Middle ones, we're supposed to be full, same dad. And I was like, my mom was promiscuous back in the day. She a little fast. Let me take the test kind of fucking around. Came back, and I'm trying to read this. They don't give it to you, not yours or this. They break it down in, like, science terms. And I'm like, I'm not a stupid motherfucker, but this is saying we're half siblings. I was like, taking a picture. I'm like, Claudia, this is my mother, my child. I'm like, you read this shit, you tell me. And we couldn't figure out how to make us full siblings. I was like, oh shit, this is gonna be a big thing for the family. We're all gonna find out. I text my mom, and I was like, hey, just let you know, hey, we're half siblings. I'm thinking we're about to break it to her. She calls me. First she texts me, crazy lady. You sure? I'm like, yeah. And then she calls me. Yeah, I knew. So what the fuck you mean you knew? And she's like, I was like, how long you known? She says in 1998. I was like, oh my God. I was like, wait, so first of all, why did you text me? Am I sure? You were sure. you knew. And then from there, I told her, like, I never got mad at her. People like, oh, you not mad at your mom? You know how many people I was fucking at 20, 21 years old? Like, because she had more than one partner at 20, she's a crazy person? No, she's not crazy. It's the not telling me. And not telling me as a kid, I'm actually okay with that. You never know. It could have affected me. But once you can let me pay your rent and do all that, I'm grown enough to say. But she's honest. She's like, I was never going to tell you. I would take that shit to my grave. But I was like, the one thing I didn't like is you let me almost dislike Michael Flint Sr. because he was an absent father. I was like, technically, he wasn't. He was there, not there, kind of there. I was like, every time he was there was more than he should have been because he knew. He's the one that found out. So even if he's a half-ass dad, he did more than he needed to do because he knew I wasn't his son. He let me have his last name and did as much as he, did as much. I mean, he could have just ignored me all the time too. I said, you almost let me hate this man for not being a father, and technically he was more than he needed to be. I think that's where you're wrong. I was like, that right there, I almost could. I was like, if I wasn't me and very self-conscious and pragmatic, I would have hated a whole man for doing me a favor. And I was like, how can this affect my sister? We barely know that side of the family in the first place, but it was always me and her. Every time they had the little family reunion, at least it was me and her together, not knowing them. Now that's just her family. As like, it affects her because she found out too. My aunties knew, a lot of people knew. I was like, damn, so everybody knew. I felt like fucking the whole life was a conspiracy theory. And then the dad that was my dad, I was like, who is it? Turns out his nickname is the Gambler. I'm a fucking addicted poker player, so thank you. It makes sense. He knew he had a son too. She's like, I talked to him in 2016. I'm like, this bitch. I was like, so wait, you were going to take it to the grave, but when you see him, you talk to him about me. He knew I worked it because I went to find these families. I knocked on the door. A girl answers the door. I was like, and she kind of looks like me. I was like, oh shit, this might be the house. I was like, you know Ron Ware? And she's like, give me a second. She wasn't like, who the fuck are you? She knew exactly who I was because before he died in 2016 in colon cancer, he was asking about me, and they were trying to figure out who's his son he was asking about. Yeah, he knew he had a son that worked at Viejas Casino and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, well, he nigga never came and looked for me either. It wasn't, it's social media day. It doesn't matter how old you are, you could find me. So he never went and looked for me either. But my mom had talked to him 6 months before he passed. And I was like, you could have told me. I'm 24, 25 at the time. He didn't do any chemo. I was like, maybe if he knew his son, and maybe he would have fought to live a little bit more. We never know. Even my cousins say that. And I knew because that girl's a twin. And when her brother walked up, my height, I'm taller than all the family I thought I had. I'm the tallest one. Don't look like none of them. Starts to make sense. This kid walks up. He's like 1 year older than me. Motherfucker has my eyebrows, my nose. And I was like, oh, my God, I look like these people. Like, we didn't have to do, I did a cousin test to make sure, but it was not necessary. I look more like them. I look like anybody else and damn near both sides of the family, which was great to find out I can have twins. That was cool. And his brother's name was Michael, and they were close. And I was like, damn, I found out, I was like, in a fucked up way. And I was like, you know what? So I was like, it made me more of a dad.
How does that, like, I feel like, okay, so how does that contribute to, like, your medical? Because I know a lot of people, like, adopted, or they barely find out about their parents, or they find out that their dad or their mom isn't their mom or dad. Like, medically, I feel like that's fucked up for the kid.
I need to go get a prostate. My mom had colon cancer. My dad died in colon cancer. That's not looking well for me, right?
Yeah.
So, but I would have just thought my mom had it. She's a smoker. Who knows? But both parents both had colon cancer and could have died from it. One did, one didn't. Thank God for my mom being, going to remission and not having cancer anymore. But I'm like, fuck, it changed medically for me. Now I think to myself, I'm probably susceptible to that. But as a conspiracy theory, yeah, my son is susceptible to that. His mother, her family, like, they live old as well. My family lives old. My grandma lived to 96. Most of them lived to 85 to 90 years old. I think it's part of the Native American in this, and black people just don't crack. Black don't crack. Her family lives old, but her family lives old, but they get sick. So now I have to worry about all that. But the prostate thing throws me off. This is like a side note, but I saw it online, and it makes so much sense. The satellite can tell me my time on my watch from the satellite.
Oh, yeah.
They can do X-rays. We can find Bigfoot. We can see LiDAR and find underground cities. But somebody still has to put a finger in my ass to figure out if I have a prostate, some type of cancer. And I was like, there has to be better technology than that. So it throws me off.
I don't know. The fingers really, like,
You like
I
that
can know
part,
where
though.
the wind blows.
Well, what if I like it? I go get a prostate. What if I like it? Then I gotta question myself.
No, you might like it. It just,
I don't know what's
a lot of people like that shit. So.
But no, the finding out the father thing, it changed my whole concept. I've only seen the mom and dad I thought I had in the same room 3 times in my entire life. 4. Once when he was in prison. He was in prison from like 2 to 7, so he was gone anyway. Got out, had a new family, got stepsons and all that shit. My mom was with the dude she was with. All her relationships didn't work out. Growing up, I'm thinking these guys are fucking up. Now I realize I love my mom, but nobody wanted to be with you. I love you, but she wants a companion, and it's like, Mom, you're 55, you don't do shit but hang out in your room and watch TV. I'm not saying that's bad. That's what I do too, but back when you were 20 and 30, you're the Section 8 or not. When you're 20, 30 and you got an apartment and you date niggas from the hood, you have a something to bring to the table. Niggas need a place to live. You got the place, because all the dudes live with her. I was like, when you're 30, same thing. Dudes can live with you. You got, you don't got money, but you got a place. Well, I'm thinking at 55, every 55-year-old female got a place. What else do you contribute?
Yeah.
Like, you don't contribute much. You're looking for a companion. What would a man need from you? He's not going to sit in your room and watch television all day, so you got to be able to do something. But growing up, my mom was not at fault. It was these men. And all. Now I'm realizing, like, damn, like, I love my mom, but she has bad choice in men. She's not the greatest. I remember her cheating. Remember niggas coming over, when they weren't supposed to. I almost snitched on her one time. She still get mad at me about that, because I'm a kid. I'm like, yeah, old boy Ramon's here. And stepdad caught it.
Now we know why he snitches.
Yeah.
He's been doing this as a young kid. He's been doing this as a young kid.
He called me Tekashi 6. I tell on niggas over here. But, I'm innocent. I'm an innocent kid. I'm just thinking, and somehow my mom won't do nothing wrong. It's my mom. And as I grew up, I was like, nah, like, she has some shit to change. But, again, a lot of that affected me to the point, and it didn't affect me negatively. I was like, oh, okay, so I see things for what they are. I got to be better than that. Me and his mom has gone into arguments and all that, but what I've never done is cheated. 14 years.
Where do you feel like you fall?
Speaking to the mic.
Where do you feel like you fall short in terms of, maybe you don't. Are there areas of fatherhood where you feel like you fall short?
Yeah, 100%. I argue way too much in front of my son. Way too much. And I hate myself for it. But, and it doesn't make up for it, but I do try to make sure he understands. He's old enough, do you understand why are we arguing? You can express to me why if you don't like it. Me and his mom is figuring out, making sure he has therapy. That's why we're going to do the podcast together. Mm-hmm. It's also going to be like a form of therapy. Just talk about it. Yeah. And you could tell me, how does it, like, me and your mom arguing, how do you feel about stuff like that? Speaking to the mic.
first, it felt like you don't know what's happening, and then when they explain it to you, you know what's happening, and then first it feels bad, and then when you get used to it, it feels better.
But
like
do you
stuff.
hear that? The
Oh,
word.
baby,
you-
we
you
don't
got the
want
word?
you to get used to
That's
it.
the word. And that kills my fucking soul. Because, again, I said in the first part, I'm a big dude. If I yell, the world can hear me. I could be yelling at my baby mama, and this motherfucker wouldn't even look up. He's still watching YouTube because he got used to it that much. And I couldn't stand it. Not all her fault, not all my fault, but the point is arguments are all the same. She agrees. She's on the other side of the room right now. She agrees. It's like, we talked about the other day. She's like, yeah, we probably should have split earlier. But problem with splitting is sunken cost fallacies. You guys know what that is? It's gamblers do it. People do it in relationships where it's like, I already invested this much money, so I might as well finish it. But it's technically a fallacy because it's like it's a mute point. It doesn't matter. That 6 years already happened. It doesn't make sense. Oh, I'm gonna do another 6 because I invested 6. Sometimes you got to be able to cut costs. When people are gambling, I already put $500 here, so like there's companies, $250 million into a thing, but I already put $250 million into it, so I might as well keep it going. And that $250 million turns into like a $1 billion loss because of sunken cost fallacy. Me and his mom have agreed. One of the things we agree on is we both got used to each other. We know each other since my whole 21 for me, 18 for her. Our whole adulthood is surrounding each other. So even though we know we probably should have split up earlier, and then if we're going to figure it out before we hate each other, we didn't. And it led to arguing, and then arguing just became a social norm. And yeah, when he was 2 or 3, it isn't no. But once he got 6, 7, 8, 9, I know he's aware. And he still was used to it. And when I realized, it was one day I looked up and I was screaming. And I looked to see, like, I was like, oh, I was going to, like, apologize. Motherfucking go to sleep to us arguing. Killed me internally. I can lie to people if I needed to. I don't lie to myself. She knows it's wrong. I know it's wrong. And then it was kind of like, yeah, this.
That's one thing that
This
I
ain't it.
definitely like. That's one thing I definitely feel like I can thank my ex-husband for is for leaving me, because if he didn't leave me, I would have stayed. I would have stayed and I would have took it, and I would have let my kids see the things that were going on. And I'm very blessed for him to have made that decision, because without that decision, I wouldn't have made it myself, because I wasn't strong enough at the time.
Yeah.
I was very weak, very weak-minded, very weak in the mind, heart, and he weakened me with the things that were going on between us. But as soon as he let me go, but not because he's letting the kids go, but because he's letting me go.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I saw that, and I grew from that, is the best decision we've ever made. Well, are we great co-parents? Are we lovers? No, but for them not to see all the things that were happening in that certain situation, the best things. Real quick though, we were talking about all being poor, so we've all been poor at some point. We were talking about this the other day. We were talking about cinnamon and butter on toast. Did you guys ever do that on bread?
What you mean?
Normally?
Cinnamon sugar.
The only dessert we had?
Literally, we were talking about
mean,
that. I'm like,
I do
you was talking about
peanut butter spoons is like the only other dessert. I
She
guess.
said cinnamon, though. I'm like, you weren't poor. Like, we just had the sugar.
Yeah, I
The
was about to
cinnamon
say,
sugar.
I had
Cinnamon.
butter and sugar. I put
Yeah.
some
I was
butter,
there.
put some
Brown
sugar.
sugar.
Fancy,
Brown
fancy,
sugar.
fancy
Yeah.
cinnamon.
We were all poor. We had
was-
cinnamon.
No,
Yeah,
look, this was
closest
for
thing to a
99
cinnamon
cents.
roll.
though,
Niggas
Niggas
okay?
don't buy cinnamon. I wish
Yeah.
my mom bought
Yeah,
cinnamon.
cinnamon.
But when we ended up having, I got cinnamon. I think my cousin bought it once. My cousin started living with us because he's the first one I ever seen use it. So if we had it there, my mom did buy it, cool. But she ain't, to this day, she's 55 years old. I ain't never seen her pick a piece of cinnamon out of anything. So I'm assuming somebody else bought it.
Yeah.
But yeah, my cousin made it once. Because we butter, rice, butter, sugar, bread, butter,
Yes.
sugar, anything sugar related was that, or peanut butter spoons. That's dessert. Because I was like, and more grateful to have it. Boy, you don't got to tell me. You can't tell me shit when I'm eating my toast.
I mean,
But-
that was a little weird for me, even when she was asking, like, is anybody being poor? I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I don't know if it was poor, it was a lower middle class or whatever, but, like, what I do know is when you're going through it, I didn't know until I got older or seen other people with shit. Like, to me, it was normal. Like,
Nah, I
like
knew.
fried bologna and bacon beans, that was shit. You know what I mean? I didn't know
That was fire. I didn't know
knew.
that either.
I
See,
knew
so
damn
you
well.
knew.
I knew damn well
Yeah,
we
I
had no
didn't
money.
know.
I lived in a trailer park from when I was when I came here till I was like 11 years old with my dad. That's the only time I had like been with my dad. I lived in a trailer park, and we were like trailer park badass kids, hopping on roofs, fucking playing football in the fields, breaking people's windows and shit. And
That was a good time.
when hell yeah, it was.
For real trailer
And
trash.
there was like trailer trash for sure. But when I found out that I didn't have as much as other kids, is when I was at school. It was middle school, and I was at school, and this kid was like, "Where do you get your candies from?" And I was like, "Oh, the little paletas. Like you guys don't have these." They're like, "No, you guys don't have blow pops." And I was like, "No, the candy lady. Like we go to the candy lady." And they're like, "What the fuck is a candy lady?" And I was like, "You don't know the lady that makes the cheese out of her bathtub? You don't know that lady?" Like, and then from there, I was like, "Oh shit!" And then I started seeing more stuff like, "Oh, your shoes are really dirty," so I'd clean my shoes. Or like, "You wore that shirt twice this week," and like little things like that. I'm like, wait, hold on, am I?
Yeah.
Because I'm living life, and I think that goes back to your point of when you're like, when do we stop seeing friends? When do we stop seeing that like these things?
About middle school. Middle school is
And I
where
think
adult presence and influence starts to hit us, because that goes with race. Girls don't necessarily deal with you could deal with racism, but guys start to like fight. I'll grow up with a little Mexican kid, same apartments, he's skateboarding together, but somehow by like 14 years old, all of a sudden he's Mexican, I'm black. We weren't Mexican and black, he's Mexican and I'm black, and it's like a thing. Mexicans are trying to figure out they would ask him, "Why you hang out the mayates?" And he was like, "It's my brothers, blah, blah, blah." Me and him and his cousins, they got punched once because it would be some Mexicans fighting black dudes, and he's on my side. That's my brothers. So I got a couple Mexicans on my side, but the black dudes think that they're ops. And I got to explain, like, "Oh, no, that's my people. Like, you can't touch my people." And the Mexicans would hate him for it. And it'd be, like, danger to his life.
Well, I think that maybe we all get the same, because you said, oh, maybe men get it. Like,
I don't know. I'm not a female, so I can't speak for how it goes around middle school when women and the kids you grew up with, all of a sudden you start realizing who's poor, who's not, who's a different race. And it just, all of a sudden, it's like 1 year difference. Things change.
Happened to me in elementary school. I had a crush on this boy. Yeah, I was so young. It happened to me in elementary school. I was so young, and there's this boy I really had a crush on really bad, and there was these girls, Latina girls, lighter skin, lighter complexion, straight hair, and this boy had said that he had a crush on me too. Well, the girls go to him like, "Oh, she's black and she has curly hair and all this stuff," right? But I didn't know this until we grew up, like 20 years old. So he comes back to me. He's like, "I don't like you anymore." And then I asked him why, and he's like, "'Cause you're not my type." And this is fifth grade. I'm not his type. 5th grade. And then like the older I get, the more I saw I'm not these people's types, because I'm not light. I'm not, I used to wear gloves because I got QVC hands, you guys, like granny hands. Like I always think that people are into gilfs when I'm, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, you see his face right now when he saw that?
He did a double take.
Hey, look that way. No, but yeah, I used to have so many insecurities, and that built up from even when I had my period at 11 years old.
Oh, shit.
When I had my period at 11 years old, the girls were all jealous and for some reason wanted their periods too. And I was like, "Girl, this is not fun. This is not all fun and games. You see this diaper booty I got? It's not really a booty. It's just a diaper."
Yeah.
Like, you don't understand, but it's like all these things. I felt racism when I was like 8.
So many What QVC hands?
QVC. You don't watch old lady channels, like the ones
watch
where they
them.
buy shit off of South Park has it.
You
Where
know,
they
they're
buy shit
selling
on-
you things on the
Jewelry and
infomercial
shit.
Bro, look at
channels.
the time. We got 30 seconds left on this watch.
Yeah.
Oh.
No,
Those hands,
50%
old lady
off.
hands.
The old lady hands.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah,
So,
I used to wear
that's awesome.
gloves, like football gloves, because I was in football when I was young.
Yeah.
So I used to wear
gloves.
football gloves. I was a safety. I was a big girl, so I used to wear football gloves so like people wouldn't see my hands. And they're like, "Why you take them off?" I was like, "Cause I think I'm gonna play football at lunch." So
No,
like,
man, that's real insecurities.
yeah.
And it's funny with him, I try not to do race. Also, when I did my business training and my sales training, I'd have penalties, like kind of like a swear jar, but we'd have things that we penalize people for that I teach them being more of a high functioning human being, and one was race. So if you're trying to explain to somebody most of the time, I'd be like, oh, they'd be like, oh, that black guy or the white guy, the Mexican guy, you'd owe $1. You owe this, you owe that. And it's what we do is signatures. So if he caught you saying something about signature, if you get 2 signatures on race, you owe money. If you get 3 signatures on complaining, you owe money or whatever. So I started that, and one thing was race. Be able to explain the person as the tall guy with the hat, tall guy with the glasses, the tall guy with the shoes, not the black guy. Try everything else to explain somebody. He learned like race was, like to really call somebody black and white or Mexican this year. He isn't necessarily, he's Mexican. He knows he's half Mexican. But like, if I told him what kind of girls he likes, he's going to say hair color or personality or something. He's not going to say white girls, black girls, Mexican girls, because I rarely try to use race as a conversation, because it's going to be a thing. I talk to him. He knows he's a black man, but he also knows he's Mexican. And because he's Mexican, I'm Mexican now, right? It's puro mexicano is everything. I fucking,
Puro.
like, I rep the flag. I fucking, half my hats have Mexico on them. He actually picked up a Mexican shirt for me to wear today. I was like, well, I'm wearing this, but next time. And he's half Mexican. I guess I'm half Mexican. But I don't try to teach him race because, like you said, in 4th grade, that's parents. I did sales, knocked on the door one day. Mom, a brown boy is at the door. This girl's like 4 years old. But she knows black and this and that. And I've met racist kids at like 6 years old, and it's like crazy. That's nothing to do with them. That's parenting 101. You influence your kids to see people as color. And I don't get mad at them. It's just one of those, it's tough. But that's a lot of times, I say middle school is where the separation absolutely happens for you. Right before middle school is when you start to really realize, like, people are like judging by race. And it's going to definitely, boys will be the first thing to make you realize. For guys to be girls and girls to boys, because that's one of the things that matter around 13 years old, 12 years old.
But now everybody want curly hair and a brown skin mommy, so
Ow.
damn.
I knew it was coming.
Now everybody want me. This generation crazy or something, because I'm hot now.
When it comes to your kids and your in your situation, how do your kids take the split? You had mentioned on a previous podcast that you had split with your baby's father. Were they young? Were they older? I don't know much, but you want to break that down for me?
They were 9 and or 10 and 7. Yeah, they were 10 and 7 at the time. It was hard in the beginning. My daughter actually took it harder, but it was one of those things where like her dad and I were arguing, and then my daughter was in the room. Or she came in the room after, kind of like what you were saying about your son. Yeah. And she was like, what did he do now? And it was just like, that was what hit me. And I was just like, oh no, like this is not okay. Like we should not, and mind you, we would argue or do our fights or whatever in our room, but she could hear it, and she's older than my son. So my son didn't really understand everything at the time, but she took it hard. I had to put her in therapy. She started thinking it was like her fault and things like that. And I had to have talks with her and, just explain to her, it's not, just kind of talk her out of it. And then I did put her in therapy, and, I kept her in dance. So I kept her focused and busy, doing something. So, but they're older now, and they get it. Their dad has 2 kids with his new girl. So we co-parent only when we need to. Like they're older now. My daughter's going to be 21 this year, and then my son's going to be 16 in a few weeks. Okay. So they're older, they get it. But yeah, I mean, I just have to, like, I'm a present parent, so I'm always like asking them like, how's school or what's going on? What are you doing? My son plays sports, so I try to talk to him about like what, if he really wants to pursue it, I can get him more a coach, but he's like me a lot. He's more chill, so he's just like, I don't know. It's fun, and but the hard part is the dad he's not really active with them. Like, we do have the visitation already, set, and that's how we've lived.
But the extracurricular life is not his.
It's just not his forte, and I've always been the one to like keep them active and keep them doing something, and I'll push it sometimes and try to get his dad on board, but it's not. It's like pulling teeth with his dad, and I don't know if it's just because he's old or he has a new family or what, but because
I think once you start not getting into it, now it's just his norm. Like now, he got away with not having to be part of it. Why just randomly?
But even like, because when we were together, like I always kept my daughter in something, and then my son too, when he was old enough to play, like I had him in t-ball at the time. That was when we were still together. So I had him in pony ball, t-ball, baseball growing up. And then, it's just when we separated, obviously it was a little bit harder for me to keep up financially, but especially because I'm taking care of everything. And, it was more actively on my end. And you can't control like what the other parent's doing. All you can do is what you can,
Yeah,
so
that's one thing I'm grateful to his mother is she's active, like keeps him in sports, and she works, she goes to school, but she is very big on making sure he's playing baseball, whether it's football. She's almost always there. I miss more than she does, and I'm retired. Like her family's a baseball family, so when they like give him, coaches would be giving me credit. Oh, your son's a natural, and I'm like, that's her. That's not me. She's at the park with him, like practicing like 2-3 hours of baseball.
Damn, that's dope.
It's
bro.
fucking crazy. Like,
Cool.
and she knows, she's like, better give me my credit. And I'm like, I fucking tell him that's all you.
Give me
Football's
my
on
flowers.
me.
Yeah.
Football's me, but baseball, it's her. She's like, that's, I can teach him the athleticism, but the skill
That's dope,
set she teach him. But she loves to be active in that, and it's good. It is technically a form of therapy. He's good to be distracted. He doesn't have to sit around thinking about why he's he's a single fucking kid. Whatever. What the fuck you call it? An only child. He's the only child. Now I have a niece and nephew that they're my son and my daughter. One is 17, one is 15. I raised them since they were babies. My sister was in and out of prison, or jail and prison, so they were my kids. And then when they got about 8 and 5, she finally took them and went to Vegas. But that's his sister and brother, is what I call them. But they live in different cities now. He doesn't get to see them. I moved them out down the street from me, but I guess I had a Victor, so he went back to being pretty much an only child. But luckily, I got my man here. He has a 9-year-old son. I have a 9-year-old son, and they're already inseparable. All they do is call each other on the phone and talk all day, and so now he has like another sense of a brother.
Yeah.
But
I feel like that's where my I don't know. That's where I feel like my shortcomings is because of the fact that my ex-husband isn't involved financially. And I feel like my shortcomings are because I'm so tired, because I'm working my ass off, because I'm doing these things in order to put them in these things and do these things for them. He gets to go to the games, I get to pay for him. You know what I mean? He gets to go to the concerts and the PTA meetings, I put the money in the book. You know what I'm saying? And then that sucks because my daughter's at the age, and all my friends tell me, like, they'll learn, they'll see, like, they're young. I have a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old. So they love being at dad's house. They love being with dad. Dad's more present. Dad's more there. You guys saw me sleep on the couch. Like, I'm tired. I nap. I'm a sleepy girl. Nappy girl. That too. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I'm a sleepy girl. So like, it's hard for me to like get up sometimes. The park is down the street from my house. I take full accountability. I could take them to the park real quick, but I'm so tired.
And you do though.
Yeah,
but you do.
I try, but it's just like that's my shortcoming is like seeing him benefit off of all my all the bullshit I have to go through, and not only that, but like knowing that the park's down the street, and like today I can't take you. I'll take you to go get Slurpees, but I can't take you to go do this right now. I am so tired. Like
Take a nap at the park.
yeah, and that too. Like when I go to the park, I take a nap. Now I'm like, fuck, I'm not watching the kids. You know, like so
Well,
everything.
Parents are always gonna have that. You're always gonna have that. I could do more feeling. Well, I will say this: a good parent will always have that.
Yeah.
I could do more feeling. And you know, there's we gotta have grace for ourselves.
Yes.
Wolf talked about earlier. You're doing things, so you're always doing something for the first time. And no matter how, at least my experience as a parent has always been, no matter how much I'm doing, I feel like I could do more, and that shows up whether they mean it or not. Like I'll give a very real example that happened this fucking morning. You know, I've been busting my ass since day one, since I got out of prison. I got out of prison on a Friday. By Wednesday of the next week, I had 2 jobs. Within 2 years of being home, I bought a home. 2 years of being home, I bought my own house. Like I've always been, I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna hustle. I'll swallow my pride. I'll do whatever. Like I'm gonna figure this out. And you know, that's what I was saying earlier. Sometimes, especially as a man, I get in the provider mode, right? Anyway, all that says, my wife was in a car accident a few months ago. Totaled her car. We don't have a car. Wolf was nice enough. to let me use his Tesla Model X. I kept that
That's
motherfucker for months.
nice.
4 or 5 months.
Yeah, I kept it. Hey, listen, I told you in the beginning though, you're gonna have to tell me when to bring it back. But yeah, so I kept it for a minute, right? And because I've done well for my daughter, like my daughter's had her own room. I didn't have my own room until I was 17.
Yeah.
My daughter grew up. She's always had her own room. She has her own bathroom. Like I didn't have my own bathroom until I was a grown man. Like you know what I'm saying? So anyway, all that to cut short. So I had to give we gave the car back. My daughter loves a fucking Tesla. She woke up this morning, goes to go down to school, and she doesn't see the Tesla in the garage. So she's automatically like, "Well, where's Daddy?" And why did he take the Tesla? Like he knows better. And my wife's like, "No, he's upstairs. He's asleep." And then she's like, "Well, then where is the car?" And she's like, "Well, sweetheart, we had to give that back to Uncle Wolf." And she was just like, "No, right?"
Hey, give him a little guilt trip on that.
Bro,
yeah, sure.
no, but it's facts. Oh, he knows. This happened before we got a video.
He's
when
like,
he
damn, I gotta let you borrow
let
it
me use
again.
the G wagon one time, and my wife went to go pick her up in her car, and my daughter's immediately like, "Where's the G wagon?" But the point I was making, like, even as a father, right, like seeing her react like that, I'm like, well, damn, well, I don't have the Tesla X for her. Like, I feel like,
He
Yeah,
texts
yeah.
me that too.
Yeah.
He's like, you know what?
I
I
feel like
gotta
I'm,
get me. He's like, I gotta do something different.
yeah, because I feel like I'm failing my girls.
Yeah,
Like, I feel like I'm failing them, and even though I'm not, like, that part will always be there to
Yeah.
feel like you could do more. Like, now the truth of it is, am I failing her? No. Like my daughter,
She don't want for anything. She's smart. She's
Doesn't
in
want for
every
anything.
extracurricular activity. She's a great kid.
like I say, by her being a mirror, right? Like I was gonna ask you all, like, what's your proudest point of being a parent? But like mine, when I look at my daughter, and people always say like how happy she is, how polite she is, the way that she sees the world. Like I know that those are reflections of the way I bring her up, right?
Yeah.
The fact that my daughter will get in the shower and sing and do all this other shit, like she knows that she's loved, she's cared for.
She's a girl's girl.
Yeah, she's a girl's girl, a little spoiled, you know what I'm saying? But those are all reflections of what, her mother and I have been able, the environment we've been able to create for her where she feels safe and like that. So, but as a parent though, you two things never go away. You're always going to worry. That shit's always going to worry. And you're always going to feel like, damn, I could be doing more.
Yeah.
But
The only thing I was gonna say though about this is I think though when I first started my business, I was busting my ass. Like I was working all the time, like 1 o'clock in the morning, like constantly. But I was missing some stuff, missing a little bit of things here and there. But I after, especially after the divorce, I was like, you know what? I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm gonna be at all my kids' shit. So and the thing is, they remember that shit, and I think that's very important. Like sometimes you gotta fucking say, fuck that extra job, fuck that extra thing, and show up. It doesn't have to be all the time, but I really think that's so fucking important. The thing is, you're not gonna remember that extra bullshit that you had to do, but you're gonna remember being at their game, watching them.
Exactly.
That's the shit that like really, those are memories that they're gonna, and it actually affects them more than you, because they remember that shit like forever. And actually, like, you only get so much time with them as a kid. They're gonna grow up, leave the house, and that's it. They have their own life. And so, like, you have a short time with them.
100%.
And I feel like that shit really like hit me at some point where I realized I got a short time with them. Fuck all this other bullshit. Fuck it.
They're gonna move out one day. They're gonna be doing their own life, and you're gonna start thinking, I wish I would have. I don't know if you guys ever visit old folks' home. It's a bunch of I wish I would have, and I regret not doing, and that'll fuck you up. So like just this morning, this is a text message. My mother of my child, she's like, "Oh, Nino's going to aftercare today." This is 8 o'clock. I was like, "Nah, I'm gonna go pick him up in a few hours." Why? Where are you taking him? Mini golf, and they were going ding dong ditching. So I picked him and as his son up from school early, and we took him to do mini golf. Why? Because whatever that little last 3 hours of school, whatever, I'll teach you about Abraham Lincoln. Let's go do something more. Those memory things.
Yeah.
And I play a lot of poker, so I've been not as present recently. So it's like, yeah, I'm doing makeup, but these are things he's gonna remember. Just me, him, and his little brother now. Mini golf. We literally had the place to ourselves. It was great. Nobody was there. Perfect. So it seems like I'm renting out the whole
Middle
place.
of the day.
Yeah, middle of the day. Yeah, no kids should be there, right?
Yeah.
So we're the only ones there. The only ones eating at the tables. Like 10 tables. Only us eating pizza, doing mini golf. I kicked their asses, by the way. Told him I would,
What do you-
and we
That
didn't get
was
the
the
ding
thing.
dong ditch because I hadn't slept since Sunday. So I took an hour and a half nap before I got here. I was pretty much you right before I got here. But to speak to your point before I go to George is, yeah, a lot of times that does happen where one parent can do more because the other parent's contribution, and unfortunately, a lot of that is forgotten. The other parent not necessarily sees it, or the kids don't see it. Me and mother of my child had this conversation like 4 years ago. She's like, I'm taking him to the park. I'm the one doing this. I'm doing that. I'm like, yeah, because I fucking work 115 hours a week and you don't have to work. I was like, do you remember? I was like, what do you think you'd be doing if you had a 9 to 5? You think you'd just be out here doing all? I was like, fuck no. And I was like, and it showed because one of the times she was about to go get a 9 to 5, she's like, oh, I'm going to need you to pick him up on my days. And I was like, oh no, find a way to pick him up on your days.
That part.
I was like, no, you forget. Well, you have the freedom, and you're a business owner. You could do whatever you want. Remember that shit when you're talking crazy to me. Remember that when you're telling me how I'm not here, I'm not there. You're there because of what I put in. Because if we had 9 to 5, you had to get 9 to 5. You'd be fucked. You really wouldn't be there. Yeah. Like either you probably have to work midnight shift, 11 at 7 o'clock in the morning, because you got to be able to pick them up and drop them off on your days. Don't ask me to do it. Yeah, I can, but then what? If I did, how would you feel if I hit you every day? Like, why I gotta pick them up? Why you're an absent parent? You're this. You feel like I'm shaming you for trying to work.
I just went through that with my ex-husband. I literally just went through that because we were trying to figure it out because my mom was the sole person to take care of the kids. And so my mom's sick. She has cancer.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, and then she got hurt. She has a blood disease anyways. So she was in the hospital for 3 months. So him and I had to figure it out. Well, he felt some type of way and wanted to put it back on me about just my life and what I'm doing. And then decided not to watch the kids. Well, the night he didn't watch the kids, I lost my job. I lost my job because I don't feel comfortable with anybody else taking care of my kids than the people around me and the people that I trust. And it's a small few amount of people that I really do trust around my kids. And so when that happened, he was like, oh, well, I really didn't have anybody else. And you have so many people over there. So recently, fast forward to recently, he was like, oh, I need you to pick them up on so-and-so day. And I need you to do this. And I need you to do that. I'm like, you got to figure it out. You have so-and-so people on that side, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard for me to do that. Mel knows it's hard for me to do that because I want to be able to, because those are my kids. So
On principle,
I want to
though.
do that. But
That's
yeah,
what I
on
said.
principle. Yeah, she was like, principle, because for me, it's like, okay, they're my kids, so I'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
For him, it's like pulling teeth, and he's like, oh, well, what are you going to give me if I do this? Like, they're your kids
Crazy.
too.
Yeah.
And it's like, he recently lost his job in the same predicament that that he put me in because I had to swallow my empathy and swallow that feeling that I had because no, figure it out, bro. Like, you had me figure it out. I was making really good money at where I was at.
Yeah.
And I lost that job because I could not get there. I had to take my kids to work.
Yeah, I remember you saying.
I had to take my kids to work, and they're like, you can't do that, even though it was a sweatshop.
Yeah.
They're like, you can't do that. And I was like, well, I have no other choice. You were going to fire me if I didn't go in, and I came in with my kids. They're sitting down there, whatever. But when I told my ex-husband, he was like, oh, yeah, I'm just sitting on the couch.
Damn.
And I was like, thanks. Appreciate it, dog. So when this came around, he was like, you don't give a fuck about me, blah, 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 blah. He's like, you don't care that the kids have a place to live, trying to guilt trip me. But at the end of the day, I had to make it work for me.
Mm-hmm.
You learn how to make it work for you. And these kids are going to be happy regardless if I got them or you got them.
Well, yeah, you having a job is providing for them, so he's fucked all that all up.
Yeah.
And he's like that's just being dumb as fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
And he was
that's
talking about,
crazy.
oh, I need to find
Sorry,
a,
I'm all cussing.
I need to find a job. Like, I need to find a job from this time to this time because you work at, now you have to be around me because I was around you and your time and what you had to do. Now you just have to figure out for yourself. You decided on this schedule. You got to figure it out for yourself. And that is so hard for me to do because I'm the one that's like, okay, I'm the pushover.
Yeah.
I'm the people pleaser. I'm the pushover. But I have really good friends that are, like, nah, we've been here. We've done that. Well,
If nothing,
that's not gonna help you.
changes, nothing changes, and you got to change your dynamic, or
Yeah.
he'll keep pushing you over, or keep using that against you. Do you understand what we're talking about right now? We're talking about so what me and mommy talked about yesterday. where she was telling me that like she's doing both jobs because she has you more than me right now, and I explained to her that if I didn't work and make all the money I made, I would have you way more. So there is a balance. And afterwards, she said she only said it because she was mad, but it's the same thing that you sometimes you're with your mommy extra because she can have you during the day and at night. But if I didn't make all that money, mommy would be working at night. You know that, right? If I didn't work hard for 7 years and work from 6 a.m. to 2 a.m. in the morning trying to build a business, that your mom would probably have to get a job at night. So you would have to sleep over at my house. Monday through Sunday, you probably sleep at my house. So who would have you more? Me. She has you the way she has you now because I worked so she doesn't have to have that. And sometimes she does forget that, and parents are going to forget it. When you get older, you're going to forget what I did for you. You're going to think I'm mean because I tell you can't borrow my car. Think I'm mean because I tell you can't go to a party. But you're going to forget all the stuff I did the week before. And it's going to happen. It's going to happen, and it happens with parents too. We're not perfect just because we're older. Sometimes we get mad, we get in our feelings, and then we say things we don't mean, and then you have to hear it. So that's why I always try to explain things to you. Question for you, because we talked about, all of us here except them two, all have kids, and we all now live in different houses, and both the kids have to go with different parents. For you, when we first broke up, how was that for you? I've never actually asked you this outside in the car. How was it for you? How was your brain? How did you feel when me and your mom first had to live in two separate houses?
Felt weird at first because I never felt like us living in separate houses, and then after after a long time you get used to it, and then it gets better and better.
Okay, and were you sad, mad, were you confused? Any of that?
I was confused because I was like, why are we gonna move houses to like another place?
Okay, and I got a question for you. Would you rather us be in the same house and argue as much as we were, or be separated and be like calm? Be honest.
Be separated because I don't like when you guys argue, and I know you guys don't like when you guys argue too.
Okay. How are you gonna feel when mommy gets a new boyfriend, or if I get a new girlfriend? It's gonna be weird for you.
Yeah, because I'm used to only you and her.
Okay. But you can always ask anything to her or me. If you're ever confused, speak on it. Never sit there in yourself and wonder why. We'll tell you everything. I'd never lie to you. I don't care how deep it is. I have never lied to you, and I will never lie to you. So anytime you're worried or trying to figure out what's going to be next, just ask. You can do that, correct?
Yeah.
All right. Appreciate you.
Sometimes parenting can also feel like a thankless job. So since Little Wolf has done such a wonderful job of articulating like how he feels and his experience, especially during difficult things, I want to ask, what's the best part about your dad?
Hey, that's great. I was gonna ask him that. That's good.
What do you think? Be honest. You can say whatever you want.
That he's the one who like works and stuff when I was younger, and he like gets everything for me what I want, and that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
We
what
had a
what
thing.
about your mom?
Yeah.
I love my. Wait, what's the question?
What's
Yeah.
the part you like best about your mom?
What's one of your favorite things about your mom? There's a lot of things.
That she works, like takes me to practice because I actually like practicing. That we do fun stuff.
I was gonna say your mom is cool as hell. She always makes things cool for you.
She's cool as hell, and that's it.
That's it.
George.
Appreciate it.
What's the best part about being a parent, George?
Best part about being a parent. I think the best part about being a parent is watching my kids grow, like what they evolve into. It's kind of like like a drawing in a way. You know, like I'm laying it out and I'm doing what I can to form them to the best they can be. I feel like at the end of the day, that's what really kind of pays off. All the hard work you put in, all the effort, all the sacrifice you do, as you see um, who they become as a person. You know, that's the best feedback that I get from being a parent. At the end of the day, because I mean, you could only control so much, but you put your best foot forward and you give them all you got. And at the end of the day, you see who they become. Like little things, like for me, you know, just my kids, who they've become as people. They're like cool to be around. They're respectful. I think they're amazing. You know, I give them a hard time a lot of the times because I'm their dad and I should, you know. I have
And
to
it's
lead
fun.
them
It's
and-
fun to give them a hard time.
Yeah, and I'm very goofy too. So
Yeah.
I'm goofy, and I'll wake them up in the morning. I walk around with a loudspeaker and do weird stuff, you know. But at the end of the day, like
Now there's two of us.
yeah. So you know, this like the other day, like I was about to go to bed, and my youngest comes up to me. He's very firm, like on everybody. He's like, "Hey, did you pray for your food?" And it's like, "No, you know what? I didn't." So like little things like that is what, at the end of the day, like kind of makes me feel proud of the parent that I've been, and that's what I like. You know, I get to create this human being that's gonna be do right in this world. You know.
You want them to be better, like so much better than you.
Of course,
100%.
that's
You know,
and my oldest son Austin, which is probably my biggest pain in the ass. Right, he has a horrible attitude. He has his mom's and my attitude, so it's a combination.
Oof.
And
His own personality.
his own personality. He'll sit there and debate with you for hours and hours, even though he's wrong and he knows he's wrong. He's gonna sit there and just go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So I usually put my foot down. It's like, no, that's what I said, and that's it. Like I'm done. Whatever. I don't want to hear it. Anyways, he's like one thing that he was having a conversation with one of his friends, and he was sitting there. He's talking to his friend. He's like, you know, one thing I like about my dad is I can sincerely tell that he wants me to be better than him. In every way, shape, and form, like, and he wasn't saying it to me, right? He was saying it to one of his friends. He's never told me that personally, but he was telling his friend, like, I can sincerely tell that my dad wants me to be a better version of him in so many ways, and that in itself kind of just like, you know, kind of want to sit there and cry, but you know, like me growing up, I never felt that from my dad, so it was kind of weird, like, hell, man, like I'm doing something right, you know, he knows it, he feels it. And in reality, that's what I want for all my kids, not just Austin, but Allison. And I named all my kids the same. It's Allison, Austin, Alice, and Ashton. They were long labors. We couldn't really think of names. It was like 19, 20 hours, and they're like, what are you going to name him? Allison? No, that's her name. Oh, Alice? Well, whatever, right? And that's how it happened.
Make it
but
easy.
I
Make it
know.
easy.
I don't know if it's just me, but I'm don't want to speak for everybody. But I don't care if my kids like me, if it means I'm raising them right and they turn out to be good and successful is great. I just want happy first. Yeah, I don't have any time for no 13 reasons why bullshit. Like happy first and successful comes with it. They don't have to like me, but when your kid does express, especially when it's not on the, you know, to you, that they do like you, it's fuck, man, it's everything. Because I don't care if you like me. I don't like. I tell them like I don't. You like me? What the fuck is liking me? You have to do. I'm gonna make you a real good person in this world, and you'll figure out how to like me when you're 20 something.
yeah.
We'll figure that out later. But if you happen to like me on the way up, then one, it makes me feel less crazy. Like, okay, I'm doing something right. Because, you know, we can read all the books. Shout out to the Dad Academy, who's supposed to be here today. I bought his book, and, you know, he's giving his take on fatherhood and relationships and breakups, and he's on point with a lot of stuff. And we will be back.
You bought his book?
Yeah,
That's
of course
dope.
I did.
Yeah, we have to reschedule that. So
Yeah, of course I did.
I
That'd
already
be a
did.
deep-
I'll let you know. We already rescheduled though.
But he talks about a lot of it in his book, and for me, I like when I see TED Talks or I see or read anything, and it's the way I would have did it myself as well. It's like, fuck, I'm not that crazy.
yeah,
As not like there's a way to do things, there's a way not. And my first thing is I didn't want a little silver tooth ass kid. I don't know if you guys know
Oh
the silver
my
tooth
gosh.
kids, but the little bad motherfucking kids.
I got
They
one.
just-
It's like I got one
I-
of those.
Yeah, I just told myself, let me try to do him right. And even though he fails at this every day, what do I tell you? Every day I ask you when you get home from school, did you do what?
Did you be kind to someone?
Speaking to Mike.
Did you do something kind or?
Be kind. And if every time he doesn't, I like lose my mind. Like he's like, no. I was like, dude, I don't care what it is. Like he's a great kid. He like if I give him $100, first thing he's trying to figure out is how to spend it for his cousins, Ashton, something. At his birthday party, he wants to give out gifts, not get gifts. He likes his gifts, but he wants to give out gifts. But it's like I want you to wake up and make it conscious thing to be kind to somebody because it's gonna be needed. You're gonna want it. And I told people like if you can help, you're obligated to help, as long as it's not a detriment to yourself. And I'm trying to instill that into him because I knew how.
I like that. That's really cool.
I have no reason being who I am right now based on how I was raised and came up. And most of us sounds like a very similar based on how we were raised. Most of us are anomalies in our life. We should have been something else. You kind of end up exactly in prison where you belonged, but.
Oh shit!
You was raised fucking up. Look, you was raised with the dad and the only one that fucking shooting people. So
Yeah,
this
damn.
nigga.
Spoiled.
But, I made it happen.
Gotta put all his business on.
I don't know. He had a whole daddy and still turned out to be a hoodlum. But hey, look, everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. If you weren't that, people always ask me, what one thing would you change in the past and blah, 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 blah. And even if I'm talking to a new girl, I could be married, doesn't make a difference. I say the same thing. Before February 21st, 2016, I wouldn't change one thing because that's when my son was conceived. There's movies like, people go time travel, change something, but then they come back and their kids are not the same. I wouldn't change a thing. So I would go through homelessness again. I would go through everything all over again because I need my son. And, you see those Instagram things. If you could tell your younger self one thing, people say invest in. My thing is find Claudia. That's his mother. Find Claudia. I would tell myself, find Claudia. And we both know we don't belong together. Not, we belong in each other's life. We have a son. And that's my tattoo right here is two sides of the same coin because we are two sides of the same coin. We will be. He said it'll probably be his first tattoo. She has it. I have this because, we are two sides of the same coin, her and my son. But not to be together, but I will always find Claudia because he is, without him, what they use the term these days is crash out. I wasn't a crash out, but I've had people swing with me in the last 4 years, 5 years, and I didn't do anything. They missed. Now, if they would have hit, it probably been a whole different thing. But I let it go. And I remember people telling me, oh, yeah, you've changed. And they think
We talked about that the
people
other
think I'm
day.
soft. People think I'm softer than baby shit. And it's like,
You're
No.
actually
I got things to
harder and
lose.
stronger than
I got things to lose.
Because you don't know what it takes for us not to hit you.
Yeah, I'd rather
asses.
be with I think
I mean,
Peterson said it. I'd rather be a warrior in the garden than a gardener at war.
Yeah.
Having the ability to go to war and not using it is more noble than being a person that's a pacifist and don't know how to do anything in the first place.
Yeah.
But I think about it like, damn, I do feel like a bitch a little bit. I let people swing on me. They probably walk around this world thinking I'm a punk.
If he swung
We
at you
just
and
talked
missed,
about that.
he's
But he
the bitch
missed.
anyway.
He missed.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I even told the little fellas a couple times, like, yo, you can't swing at me too many more times, though. Like, I let this one go, but you swing at me again, as I might have to tip you up. And growing up, he used to be the one to swing for me. People talk shit to me. I'm like trying to let him go. They, like, man, okay, man. Be
That was
easy.
me. I was
I don't
the
wanna
one
beat
that
you up.
just hit him too.
I don't want to beat you up. And by the time I say beat you up, they'll get punched in the face by him because the guy was being too disrespectful to me.
Yeah.
And now he's back from Texas. I'll let you fight. But now, he has 4 kids, so I got to keep him out of trouble.
Yeah.
But it's iron sharpens iron. He almost crashed out on a few people the last year I met him. He called me, which was crazy because we had just met each other for 2 months. But he called me and to talk him down, and I'm glad I talked him down because I was like, remember them triple bunks and them busted knuckles? You want that over a fuck nigga? You gonna leave your kids over that? But I hold all my friends and parents so accountable. I think another reason people like to be around me. You can't make life choices that are not conducive to success for your kids. You need to be able to save money. You can't do certain things. You have to be if your daughter or your son or somebody was to ask you a question, you wouldn't know how to answer, I won't let you do it. Like, you got to be able to answer. You got to be able to answer honestly. And I try to hold my baby mama to it. Do you guys all have, legal paperwork, or is everybody co-parenting?
I have legal paper.
I have legal.
Yeah. Whose idea was it?
Mine.
Yours? Was it necessary, or
Yeah.
He made it necessary, or you made it
I
necessary?
made it necessary because
So-
I had them all the time, and then he wasn't willing to like help out with the certain things, and so I was just like not gonna play the back and forth game.
And you make it
And
set.
Yeah, I just set it in stone.
It's one thing. Me and his mom,
Yeah, me
breakups.
neither.
We don't have no paperwork. We co-parent
Yep.
pretty damn well.
Dope.
And we can go back and forth. We can argue whatever you want to argue, but I appreciate her for that. Is most of the time we are on the same page of parenting. We can argue all we want,
Hey,
but when I
that's the
say I'm
best you
taking
can
him out of
ask
school,
for.
and she's not. Oh, you're not taking him out of school. Well, nobody's gonna tell me what I'm doing with my son.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. Not a
Yeah.
judge. Not. Christ himself can come down, and me and Christ will have conversations about me and my son. This is mine. He's 50% me, but I'm not half parent. I'm a full parent. And she hasn't backlash when he's at her house. Whatever she's doing is what she's doing. If I didn't trust her as a parent, I would take him. So
Yeah.
unless I have to take him, whatever you choose, that's you. Whatever I choose is me, and I'll step in if I feel like you're doing something wrong. And I've never had to step in. She's never had to step in, and I'm fucking blessed for that. And I don't know, everybody co-parents different, but before we finish, I know we had talked on a topic that they haven't gone through. All of us have split. Have you guys been through a almost split, about to break up or have broken up, and had to mentally tell yourself, oh shit, what am I about to do with my kid? Like, am I really about to leave my wife? And George, like, oh shit, my kid's gonna live in 2-parent household. And how was it, if you've been through it, or did you not go through it? I know the answer, but I'm gonna let you guys answer.
Put all my little shit out there today, huh?
Welcome to a
Shoot
podcast.
people, I got a dad. No,
Stop
So-
shooting people. Anybody told you to pull the trigger, little homie?
yeah, no. So not too long. Yeah, the short answer to that is yes. Not too long ago, there was definitely some difficulties that my partner and I just don't. There's just we don't see eye to eye on. And I'm not even gonna sit here and lie and be like, my child is a large considering factor.
Mhm.
It is like, damn, I don't want to put my child to that because I don't know what that's like.
Mhm.
Like you said, I grew up with both my parents, and I'm
Spoiled.
and I'm the only one of my brothers and sisters that grew up with both of my parents. So but anyway, that's neither here nor there. I think what was ultimately the deciding factor for me to choose to stay in the relationship that I'm in is the commitment. One of the agreements we both made when we got married was divorce wasn't an option, and the commitment to be aware of there's always another side to it, right? And we live in a culture that is geared towards folks taking the easy way.
Yeah.
Convenience.
Yeah, it's all about it's all about convenience, and there was nothing that, what it boiled down to. There was nothing in my relationship that was a deal breaker. It wasn't nothing that was just like, nah, I'm cool. It was more of like we just weren't finding each other. So it's like, all right, how can we work together at finding each other, and what does that entail? My partner has her own trauma that precedes me. And unfortunately, sometimes I'm the recipient of that. It really isn't me. It's the shit that she hasn't been able to deal with yet.
Yeah.
And sometimes I have to be like, hold on, bro. Everybody didn't have 16 years to go sit in a cell and face themselves, right? Everybody didn't have that. I sat down for 16 and had to look in the mirror.
Damn.
You know what I mean? So everybody didn't have that. And it was like, damn, man, I hate you, Wolf. Another thing was I had to the part that did concern my daughter was like this. If I choose to leave, more than likely I'm going to be straight. What was that going to do to my wife and my daughter, though? What does it look like for them? My daughter would be cool because, I'm always going to take care of my daughter.
Yeah.
But where is that going to put my wife, and what is my daughter looking at that? Is it going to be an upward trajectory for her? I don't know.
Yeah, if I had to assume something, I'm assume that it probably wouldn't be an upward trajectory for her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's gonna be upward. It's gonna be upward for me. So it's like, and my wife is a good partner. She's a good mom. She's a great mom, actually. I'm gonna give her credit.
100%.
She's a great mom. Great. I don't know how to say it without sounding disrespectful. But like women who, she's a great like homemaker too.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean. Like she makes the house a home. It's just that me and my stubbornness was wanting things to be a certain way without applying grace to it. Like I stopped applying grace to where I thought she should be, right? There was a lot of judgment. Like, damn, man, it's been 8 years. Catch the fuck up. And it's like, wait, whoa. Yeah, it's been 8 years, but it's been 8 years of, her dealing with whatever she's dealing with. It's been 8 years of us still finding each other. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we've been together 8 years, but I only been home for 6. Like, we still navigating that. There's also like, I'm not an easy motherfucker to deal with. I think the reason that we get along is because I'm a lot like him. We hit it off because I also say the shit that people don't want to hear. You know what I'm saying? So like when I met him, I understood. Like he said it like, oh, what's
And
understood.
that
doesn't
type of
mean-
life is hard to be for a partner.
Yeah.
Saying things that you're not hearing things from men like us
Yeah.
that you're not used to hearing is not PC, and then asking them to accept it and just swallow it and be happy to swallow.
Yeah. And what's funny about that is you don't even know. Like that's where my judgment came in because I'm very clear, and like I told my wife when we first got together, if I can't say what I need to say, there's no way we're gonna work. Because I mute myself in the world sometimes. Like I say, like maybe 13% of the shit that's on my mind. I can't live like that at the house, especially if it has to do with her and I,
Hell
right? And I think in
Sure.
the beginning, when we all show up in the beginning, we're the best version of ourselves. So in the beginning, when I was, we were talking about shit when I was in prison. We was doing the thing. Yeah, it was, she was eating it up. It was great. She was all about accountability and all that. But then, get home, have a baby, get comfortable. And I'm saying certain shit, then it got hard to hear. And like, I took that as like you switched up on me. So now, like, so I'm judging, and there was this and there was that. And I stopped looking out the mirror.
How are you guys right now?
We're good. But we're good because I understand what my contributions are to the bullshit, and she knows what her contributions are to the bullshit. I know I'm not perfect. She knows she's not perfect. And we're good because we're still working.
Yeah.
And it ain't to get back to an earlier point, like to circle all the way back. The same way that my daughter being born taught me that it's not about me. Marriage has taught me the same shit. Like now I'm learning in my marriage, it's like it ain't about you. Like there's two of y'all here. There's two people who are growing different. There's two people that are there's two people who see the world.
One thing I would tell you is, which you probably already know, you're a smart dude, is most of the time, motherfuckers not really going through nothing. If you really ask yourself, what are we really going through?
No, you bring another shit.
Like you're not, like people are going through shit, like actually going through, like mom, like imagine she had a real relationship right now. She's going through mom, cancer, kids, this. Some people have sick kids and disabled and that. They're going through.
Some people
and
don't
most
know
of
where
us
their
are
next
ready to
meal
break
coming
up.
from.
Yeah, they're ready to break up. And because like something that's like stupid as fuck. You think you're going through something because when your life is low key calm,
Mhm.
you find whatever little advert
Human
reaction
nature.
as going through something. It's like you're not really going through anything. You just got some shit going on, right? And I think you guys go through your shit. I've heard it,
Mhm.
and it's like that too shall pass.
And it did.
This too shall pass.
Thankfully.
George, have you guys dealt with you and Mrs. Nancy that's beating up stepdaddies? Have you guys gone through any breakups or like where you guys almost separated as a family?
Multiple times. We have, man, and props to her because I'm a fucking handful. I'll be honest with you. I'm somebody hard to deal with.
Is that a fat joke?
A little bit. Actually, earlier when she was talking about she was a big girl, I was the first person she looked at. She's like, I used to be a big girl. I was like, what does that mean? What are you looking at me for? You could have looked at everybody else. But anyways, kind of. Yeah, man, I've honestly, it's not really about the kids where I stay with Nancy. We separated. We've been through it, right? One of the biggest things about, and I know she's watching right now, is that I value about her is her loyalty. No matter what we've been through, no matter what the hell I've done, because I've done my share of things, and she's stuck around, and she could have been like, you know what, you done fucked around. I'm gonna go fuck around too. I'm gonna go do this. I'm gonna do that. But she stayed loyal to the relationship. She stayed loyal to herself, and that's something that I admire. As much bullshit that she brings to the table, many times because we still argue. We argue all the fucking time. The kids are like, you guys were talking about, is that we shouldn't put the kids through this and blah blah blah. My kids are kind of numb to it, and it sucks, right? Because they're like, oh, mom and dad are arguing again. Okay, cool. What are we gonna do? They're over there making dinner.
How did I prank your daughter yesterday? When I picked your daughter from school, do you remember what I told you how I pranked her?
You're like, oh, they're splitting up and they're moving out. Or
that's what I told her daughter, because she didn't see that the brother was picked up. So she's like, hell, why is this guy picking me up? Why is Uncle Will picking me up? I was like, yeah, your parents are arguing. They're going to break up. So I'm picking her from school. She didn't be like, what? She's like,
yeah, it was like,
okay.
I think my kids
I had
are
to
more
say, like, oh, I'm joking. Because I was like, oh,
Yeah.
shit. She took that like,
Damn.
like, all right, makes sense. And I was like, damn.
Fuck.
You're a horrible uncle, by the way.
I know, that's so mean.
you got to keep them on their toes. You got to make sure. You know,
That's
this
so
is a crazy
sad.
world. You
That's
never know what
wild.
might happen tomorrow.
I didn't think I was going to get there yet. I thought she was going to be like, oh, you're funny. Like, you know, she's fifth grade, but she's a smart kid.
She was
took
probably
that
like,
shit.
finally. But,
Yeah, I was like, let me not joke like that. No
yeah,
more.
but I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, I know the kids will be fine. We'll figure out a way to work it out as far as parenting. She has a good. She's a great mother. I mean, she's probably. I couldn't ask for more from somebody as a mother. Like she's a hard worker. She cook and clean. She'll do. I mean, whatever the hell I need. Like I'm kind of spoiled at this point. That's why
She's not scared of you.
Kind of.
and she's not. And I am fucking spoiled, man. I wake up, my clothes is washed, the fucking dinner's ready, breakfast is done. On top of that, she went and took the kids to school. She helped me work. She did like, so in a sense, it's just, I feel like I was never.
So why you fuck up so much when you got that at home? And instead of asking as a homie,
Yeah,
you fucked up
Being
multiple
immature.
times.
I was just immature.
Run it.
It's
Run it.
cool. It's cool. Nah, and
Run it.
it's fine. It's fine.
I don't hide from nobody. I fear God, nobody else.
And he doesn't.
Hold on,
He
wait a
doesn't.
minute.
He doesn't have fuck ups like that. That's the thing. That's one thing I can say about this man right here is
You know,
when he's in a
for
fucking
18
relationship.
he did a look right now. He's like,
I'm
huh?
trying to wait to see what you're gonna say, bro.
When he's in a relationship, he's in a fucking relationship. Like there ain't no this and this and that and that whatever. That's
Oh no, I'm not talking about cheating though. But dude
no,
is
but
crazy.
well, I'm talking
He's
about
like, but
cheating
dude, he's
'cause that's-
crazy.
No, he's fucking crazy. Yeah, he's crazy, but
Yeah, I'm not all
That's-
there. I never pretended to be all there.
but honestly, for me, it was just I was young, man. I was a kid raising kids. You know, I was 19 and I already had 2 kids. So for me, it was like, oh man, I'm missing out in this outside world, and I want to go
Yeah.
see what's out there and blah blah blah. Like that's just, and it was in.
So why not let her go and go do that? Why make her go through the bullshit?
Because I didn't want to let it go.
Selfish.
I didn't want. I was selfish.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, that ain't gonna go nowhere. Like,
Want your cake and eat it too.
I wanted my cake and I wanted to eat it too. And if she's watching, I'm sorry for everything I put you through. And I don't know where the camera's at. Wherever the camera's at.
There's just 6 in here.
Yeah, there's just that one, that one, that one, that one.
4.
It sucks because if the shoe was, the situation was flipped, I wouldn't have stuck around.
Fuck no, you would.
I would have fucking left. I would have left a long time ago.
So I'm speaking for her now. Show me better than you tell me. You saying you're sorry and you for putting through that. Show me better than you tell me. Don't ever do it again.
No, I won't. That's
That's
something I'll
weird.
never do again. And I feel like I said, it took a lot. I had to grow. I had to go through these experiences to figure out what I had. Unfortunately, and it sucks. It sucks because I look back and that's something that's always going to be in the back of her head.
Yeah.
No matter how good I do, that's something that I know I have to accept in this relationship because I fucked up.
One thing I'm gonna say is fuck all your friends in Texas because this would not have happened if you had not left. Your homies, because you can sneak all you want. Your homies knew, or somebody knew better, and nobody stopped you.
Yeah, but it wasn't just Texas; it was here too.
Yeah, you're lucky I wasn't around.
Yeah, and
would've
that's
killed
why
you. I
I
would've killed
avoid
you.
you. That's why I avoid this guy because, and he can tell you when shit is going wrong in my life, I'm like, oh nope, there he is. Let me go this way.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't want to hear it.
He'll duck me.
I don't wanna
He'll duck
hear
me
it.
for like a year and a half, and that's how I know he's fucking up. He's doing something weird because he's ducking me. And I told her, that's fine. I'm going to help regardless. The only way to get me out is to tell me, fuck you, I don't want your help, leave me
Yeah.
alone. Because anything other than that, and I'm still going to do it, but you're going to have to avoid me. to do it. But I wanted you. We're gonna talk about fatherhood and relationships. I wanted you to say that shit out loud because she deserves to hear it. I know you tell it to yourself, but telling somebody at home when nobody else is around is easy.
Yeah,
saying it to a world on recording that I'm gonna clip this shit up and tag you
Oh,
in it, for
shit.
sure. You know I'm gonna do it. But he's
I
just
don't
like
consent.
me.
No.
Yeah, you see why you see that was something about earlier? You see?
So, anyways, long story
He's
short.
like, anyways, I just
I can't hold you guys accountable, but I can hold these niggas accountable.
Look,
for sure.
like I did, I'll
and
tell
vice
her.
versa. They better hold me accountable.
Yeah, and I'll
For
tell
this
her,
kid,
man, it's
not
just-
for me. I don't fuck about me. For him, if you don't hold me accountable, what kind of father I'm gonna be to him in the first place? So
Well, Nancy, I apologize, but
awkward.
it's a
I love you,
it's a-
George.
it's a
We all
rough,
love you.
it's a rough time. Oh, I know. I never doubted that one time. But long story short,
Did you see his face right now? This guy be crazy over here. I like all his
hey,
expressions.
I can take it.
man.
I've been around this guy so damn long, man. This is just a regular
19 years?
Tuesday
19 years is pretty
night
long.
conversation.
It
You know,
really
this
is just his Monday.
Wait,
through
who's
Sunday.
Nancy? I missed it.
That's
That's
his
his
wife.
wife.
Who's
Okay,
Nancy?
who's Claudia?
Claudia is my son's mother.
She's right up
Oh, okay, because I.
Yeah, you see
Okay.
Claudia. Claudia
What's
says
what's your girl's name?
My wife never call her my girl.
there.
Okay, your wife. What's your
Yeah,
wife's name?
period.
Christy.
Energy.
Huh?
Christy.
Christy. Okay.
Mrs. Thomas.
Don't ask me. I had
For
one.
real. She's not playing.
Hey, she's ride or die for that man too. She bleeds purple and black because he's a Ravens fan. She's a Ravens fan. They wear the same shoe size, damn near. Little foot ass
No,
nigga.
we don't.
Oh wow.
No.
They share shoes.
Oh,
In
whoa.
fact, she ain't wear her shoes. That's what she gonna tell you.
I'm waiting for it. Look, he sent me a
Yeah.
tracking number. I'm hoping they in there.
Yeah.
But Nino, do you have anything to say? I saw you raising your hand. Where you go? Do you remember what you were gonna say?
Somebody had a question in the thing. What's your guys' favorite memory with each other?
Okay. Well, what's your favorite memory with me? He's a prisoner of the moment. His favorite memory is normally what happened last week. But if you had to think of a favorite memory,
Uh,
speak in the mic.
when we watch anime in your room, just laying down, chilling.
Chilling. I like that memory too, buddy. My favorite memory is everything. It's cheating, but my favorite memory is when you were born. That was the first time I cried since I was 12 years old. I was 26. I hadn't cried since I was 12, and I cried. And I think about it all the time. I had changed my music choice. I was only listening to like Bruno Mars, no more rap for a while. You know, that shit faded, but you know,
I'm happy.
yeah, I was listening only like good music. Cutting the umbilical cord. Your mom always tells me you separated me from him. You were the reason
Oh
we separated.
shit.
Wait, what is that? What'd you say?
Christy's like, "Where's my shoes at, Wolf?" And-
Told you. I told you. I told you that was
but
good.
my favorite memory of you is there's so many, buddy. I don't know.
What's your favorite memory of
It's
me?
gonna be the next one we create. Favorite memory of you
Boom, boom, boom.
was when I first hired you and we sat down and we talked about like all the shit we were gonna do. Because like at least I knew I wasn't joking. We were talking about all the futures and all the Super Bowls we're gonna go to and this, and that. And then I called you on Wednesday when the Super Bowl was on a Sunday and said you want to go to Super Bowl. You flew out to Tampa Bay. It's the first time I've seen you in like 5 years. And went to Super Bowl. And my second favorite memory is when you guys renewed your vows. Watching you and Nancy renew your vows, all your family there, you being vulnerable. You know, that was a great
He was
memory to
crying,
see.
by the way. I seen the video. He was crying.
Did I cry?
Yeah, you were crying.
Hey, you guys
He was in
see-
the background like he was turning the
That's
other
my
way.
son.
He was like,
I didn't cry before I had my son. And I fucking cry for everything now. It's
do
like
I.
so stupid.
Why
Fucking
do I
hate it.
cry?
Because I'm like crying in front of people.
I was
cry for
watching the
all
video.
kinds of shit.
I was watching the video of him crying. I started crying. Like, what the
Yeah.
hell's going on?
Yeah, I cry too much. But yeah, that's my take. When we do the Dad Academy, it'll be a different
Yeah.
vibe. But this is, I brung my fathers and similar age, and you guys, I mean, sound like parenting is just pretty much all of our lives.
Mm-hmm. First and
Yeah.
foremost.
We're on the same schedule, so
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have the same schedule, so we be.
so we be hanging out with the
Oh,
kids.
that
now.
works. Well, then fuck it.
He's on
You guys
batty
all live
time
over
right
here?
now.
You guys live over
Yeah.
here?
Yeah.
But she
We're
got
kind
like
of spread out.
She got like grown ass kids, but you know, what's it called? Next one of these parties, somebody send me an invite.
Yeah,
I'll try
we're
to
gonna have
pop
to do
up.
Oh
So
yeah.
it's too late for me to
Bring
be the
all the kids
goddad,
up.
but I'm a really good goddad to a lot of kids because you know deeper pockets help. But
Takes a village.
yeah, 100% takes a village. And that includes the adults too. People are like it takes a village to raise a kid.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
even as an adult, if she's new at something as an adult, she's a kid like in that. So it still takes everybody around us. But most of the time, especially our race, likes to be the one who has shit. And so we like to see other people fail and don't, share the knowledge so we can be the one that's here and forgot that whole village part.
Yeah.
But you guys seem like you know better.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
You guys seem like you know
They
better.
are my village.
100%.
They are my
Yeah.
people.
I love
so.
this motherfucker right here. From the
Jacob.
moment I met him, I was like, oh, yeah.
He's
great,
part
great
of our
minds think
baddie
alike.
crew.
No,
Baddie
this-
weekend.
Don't-
I was like, "Where's my question?" Because I
understood
was
don't need to be
definitely
said.
gonna mention that.
Yeah.
My favorite
gets it.
memory.
He gets it. I swear to God, he gets it. And then he has
Maybe
a
not.
fucking wolf logo on his shit. Come on, man.
Hey, it was meant to be,
Meant to
dude.
fucking be, man. I'm glad I met Jackie, and I'm glad Jackie met you,
Fuck me.
and then Jackie meeting you and
Why you
Porno
say
meeting
fuck
you.
me?
It brought us all together. Everything happens for a reason. And I'm happy every time I come on here. I'm gonna be starting back my podcast after like 7 months off. So I have you guys on. You're welcome to come too. I know you don't like me.
I never said I didn't like you.
Your face does.
What? I just
No,
have that
she
look.
just
I gotta
has
agree with that
face.
one.
That's just her face.
I gotta agree with.
Don't
I was
trip.
watching that one podcast when it was
That just-
him
that's
just
versus
her
all the
face.
women.
That just makes you a good
And
judge
I
of
just,
character.
I
Don't
seen
you?
her like.
Hey, he's
She won't say it
Thank
out
you.
loud, but in her head, this nigga. That shit.
Okay, I can see her saying that in the head right now too.
He
like-
think he fucking know
No,
everything.
I'm just
This
very.
is-
Yeah, that's.
She's observant.
I am
feel
very
like that sometimes
observant.
too. Don't
She's
worry about it.
observant.
Yeah,
No,
I
can
get
tell
that.
what
I
you're
get
feeling.
that a lot. Like people say, like, "Oh, I haven't," or they won't approach me because they're intimidated by me, and I'm just like, "Why?"
Guys
like,
say that or
once
girls say that?
Guys say that.
Pussy.
Guys say that. Like they've told like my friends or closest people like around me. They're like, "No, she looks intimidating," and then I'm like,
Yeah.
"What the fuck?" Like if you really get to know me, like once you get through those layers, you know what I mean? I'm actually really a fucking fun ass vibe.
Yes,
I'm a
she
cool ass
is.
person.
She's
you know?
cool when she messaged me on Instagram. The book, she's like all normal and friendly.
Because I know
Like-
how to be professional,
Yeah,
and I
and
know,
it-
like there's a time.
I get
There's a
here,
time and a
everybody's like, "Oh, hi,
place.
Wolf," and then
Time
she,
and place.
She didn't say hi once today.
I thought I did say hi.
Fuck no.
When you
She's trying to avoid you the whole time.
She
No.
said hi. Mid
Have
Sleep
you-
said hi. He came, dapped me up. They said hi, even though I see him every day. Producer
I
guy
don't
said
think
hi
I said
twice.
hi
I
to
shook
him
producer
either,
guy's
but it
hand
was just
twice.
like there was a lot of people in the lobby
I just felt
area.
like-
She
Say
saw
hi,
me.
say hi
We're
right
the only
now.
people in the lobby,
She
right?
saw
Say-
me.
Say hi right now.
How are you?
How you doing, young
Good to
lady?
see
Hey, just put a greenhouse in front of her. I swear to God, she'll see you.
A
what?
greenhouse?
A greenhouse.
She don't-
I swear to God.
I don't know what that means.
Those
I
are
know
those
I'm lost.
surprises.
A squirrel
what's-
moment. It was
what's
a, you had to be there kind of squirrel moment.
I swear to God,
She's
she's
a
not on
squirrel.
this universe. Like, where
Nah,
she
nah.
just
Oh, dude, I know. When I first met her, I was like, "What is going
No.
on? You need to come back on the
Yeah.
podcast."
Yeah, I love
QVC
that.
hands.
I want her. I definitely want you to come. I'm gonna do the girl thing meeting again, and
it wasn't just the
you're
fact
welcome.
that she
You
said
obviously more than
QVC
welcome
hands.
to come and be yourself.
I
100%.
just
Say
wanna
QVC
say-
hands, it made the
Yeah,
craziest
QVC.
gesture.
No,
Yeah.
it's a real
I know,
thing.
that's why I was like, wait.
Because I think about
QVC
it when
hands,
we,
I was
I
like-
can't talk about
Do
it
it
right
again,
now.
one
but
more time, faster.
like a
I
shake
think about
weight.
my old woman
A
hands.
shake
when I'm-
weight is crazy.
What is crazy, right?
Yeah, I was lost in the beginning too. QVC hands, I was like, what the hell?
Yeah,
It's 'cause
QVC.
her hand, she had her whole conversation
Yeah.
about what her hands look like when she's doing certain
That's a
activities.
whole other topic. of
Yeah.
Like I have guilt hands. Like
There's a lot
I
of
feel
voices.
like I like
There's
guilt.
a lot of voices in her head.
Voice in my head.
I love that
in
song.
my head. No, but
Zombie.
honestly, nobody, Little Wolf, as long as I've been on this podcast or any podcast, nobody has ever made me cry, and you made me cry. So I appreciate you. You made me feel feelings, and I don't feel feelings on this fucking podcast. Okay, you made me
Nah,
feel
it's good.
feelings.
I don't know. I saw you tearing up before we
When
started
we
talking.
do our
Nah,
podcast,
nah,
we're gonna
hell
have-
nah.
I feel
Nah.
like you were tearing up when we started talking about whatever we were talking
I saw
about.
you
I kept looking at you. I was like, she gonna cry?
You're
Yeah, I saw. He
You're
said he saw
George?
you tearing.
He
up.
said he saw
Yeah.
you tearing up.
I might have. I cry for everything now.
I
Aww.
swear to you, I fucking I
What?
hate it.
When you
just
guys,
I,
when you
Yeah.
guys were talking about the
Bidia.
You started crying. We talked about Bedia, huh?
I knew it.
I want that food right now.
I do too.
When,
So does anybody know how to
when
roll
you
their R's?
said you ride
Made it.
I hear a lot of BDI. I was like, what is BDI?
How was your first podcast, Nino?
good.
Good. He was scared to death, and when you first walked in, his heart was beating. He's like, feel it. He's like, again, if we're talking about anime, he'll talk all day. It's just on the spot.
Yeah.
Be
And-
like, yep.
But he's I'm not gonna lie, he does have a sense of a clutch gene. Not as much as his dad had, so I gotta work on that. But he has a clutch gene, and your son has 0 clutch gene. Your son was beating Nino by like 10 points in mini golf. And then the last one, which is literally almost a straight shot. You just gotta hit it straight. He missed like 15 times and allowed Nino to win. Like on accident, he just couldn't get. He's like nervous.
Maybe he did it on purpose.
No, he was just. You could see it. You see the like getting nervous of Nino catching up, and he did it to the point. And
They
'cause
have a
weird competition thing.
they have a I don't want to say board thing, but like because I have the same thing. If there's no competition, I just like
Board in the house. Board in the house.
get bored, and then when it's time to turn it back on, it's kind of hard to turn it on because
Yeah.
you didn't turn it on the whole time.
Yeah.
So it's kind of.
I do want to meet you guys as kids. If the parents are like this, I'm assuming kids are solid. What's it called? 16-year-old son. I like to meet teenagers. And I don't know if he's a scholar, if he's not.
quiet like me.
I
That
wasn't
was
gonna
a
be
little
the
weird.
Yeah, he's quiet.
Yeah, I was pause.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Pause.
I like
My
to
kids
meet
are
teenagers.
calm
I like
as
to meet
shit.
teenagers.
Yeah.
I like
Whenever
to
you
meet
want to bring around your
16-year-old kids.
16-year-olds.
Well, we appreciate you guys coming on, man. You guys killed it today. Our slogan is "Shed the sheep." So on 3, we're gonna look at this camera and say "Shed the sheep." Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Shed the sheep.
Howls over Baaz. I'm Jacob Casas.
It's Melanie.
It's Millie.
Go around the circle.
Manny.
Mr. Lalo / George. Now everybody knows.
Little wolf.
The one and only Big Wolf. Let's go.
Appreciate you guys watching. We'll be back next week, next Tuesday. Peace. We're out.